2 seconds, 1 second. The Spartans are state champions for the first time in school history. McLaughlin the rebound. The clock hits 0. The Spartans are state champions.
Homestead will win the victory bell for the first time in school history.
Goody to the basket, goes up and throws it down. Boom shakalaka, big another SAC Holiday Tournament crown.
You're watching Homestead High School Media, your source for Spartan athletics.
Scott, Jasmine Perry, Kayla Warfield, and Tiana White. The team's leading scorer over 20 points per game. Northrop 13-9 overall on the season, 4-4, which is middle of the pack, tied for 5th in the SAC. Meanwhile, Homestead, current holders of John Harrell and bounce from outside the huddle.net's traveling trophy, was 21-1 overall on the season. They are 8-0 in the SAC on a 13-game winning streak. And very quickly looking at Homestead's starting lineup, we'll go more in depth in a couple minutes. Molly Stock getting the start tonight for Homestead. No Grace Sullivan for Homestead, it appears tonight, not listed as the starters and didn't appear to be dressed for tonight's game. Riley Parker, one of the 2 seniors on the roster. Sydney Graber, the other senior on this Homestead roster, on senior night at Homestead High School. Ayana Patterson and Amber Austin rounding out the starting 5 for Homestead. And that's going to take us to our first break of the night. But first, we'll get the chance to hear my pregame interview with Homestead head coach Rod Parker and get his thoughts on what seniors Sydney Graber and Riley Parker mean to the program, along with what to expect heading into sectionals next week. And when we come back, we'll get into Homestead's starting lineup on senior night, more in depth here at Homestead High School. Stay tuned. You're listening to the home of Homestead Spartan basketball, The Point 91 FM.
Casa Italian Restaurants, family owned and operated since 1977, with 4 Fort Wayne locations: West Jefferson Boulevard, DuPont Road, Parnell Avenue, and Stellhorn Road. Featuring the Casa Burro salad, wood-burning brick oven pizzas, and over 30 pasta selections. Dine-in or carry-out available, or let Casa cater your next special occasion. Find more information at CasaRestaurants.com or by following Casa on Facebook and Twitter. Casa Italian Restaurants, a proud sponsor of WCYT Sports broadcasts.
Welcome back to the pregame show. I'm now joined by Homestead Spartan girls basketball coach Rod Parker. And the Lady Spartans last played on Monday against Heritage Christian as the team pulled away in the second half to get the 60-35 win over a very solid Eagle team. We saw the Spartans commit 18 turnovers, but were able to make up for it on the defensive end, giving up just 9 points in the second half. Overall, what is your reaction for the team's performance on Monday?
Well, I thought we defended very well. The first half was a little frustrating because of our turnovers on the offensive end, which led to some run-out layups on their end. But when we were able to defend in the half court, I thought we did a very nice job Monday night. Offensively, there were some good things, but their zone created some problems for us early, and we threw the ball around quite a bit. And that'd probably be the one negative, was just the amount of turnovers we had Monday.
And if the team is able to get past Northrop tonight, the Lady Spartans will finish the regular season with a 22-1 overall record. However, the schedule was no cakewalk as the Lady Spartans took on many of the top teams around the state, such as Carmel, North Central, and Lawrence North, to name a few, coming away with wins in each of those games. What makes this team different from those past to get the job done all season?
This is a very interesting team because, they're so much fun to coach. We don't necessarily always win pretty, but we find ways to compete every possession and to get it done. But I'd say the big thing that's made this team in a position to have the record you mentioned is the defense that we've been able to play. I think we've been very good on that end of the court night in and night out this year.
And the team takes on New Haven Tuesday in the first round of sectionals, with the Spartans getting a favorable draw in sectionals and regionals. First, what are your thoughts on the draw this year? And 2, have you started working on the potential sectional matchups yet?
Well, we'll start dealing with that tomorrow. We stayed focused this week on, Heritage Christian and Northrop, but we have tomorrow Monday to get ready for Tuesday night. And obviously, the draw is the draw, and you got to beat good teams to go anywhere in the tournament. So we'll take it one game at a time, and we'll start Tuesday night with New Haven, and we're excited to have that opportunity.
And tonight marks senior night for the Spartans, which will be a little different from last year, as there's only 2 seniors on the roster this season. Can you talk about the impact Sydney and Riley have had on the program the past 4 seasons?
They've had a major impact. Both great basketball players, but just great people. And, I've coached both of them for a long time, dating back when they were young, before they even got to Homestead. So it's been a great journey, a fun journey, a lot of memories. And I just hope tonight, for those 2, are a night that they can remember for the rest of their life.
And now looking at the team's opponent tonight, the Northrop Bruins. In the preseason, there was talk that Northrop may be able to contend for an SAC title, but are only 4-4 in conference play this year. This is an extremely young Lady Bruin team, which has only one senior on the roster this year. What can we expect out of Northrop tonight?
Well, they're athletic. They're streaky. So the big thing for us is we'll match athleticism, I believe. But, we just got to make sure that we make it very difficult for them, on their offensive end with what we can do defensively. And if we move the ball, I think we'll get good shots against them today. I think they'll have a hard time with a couple of the matchups that they're going to have to face on their defensive end. So, if we stay focused and play hard and stick to what we've been working on, then I like our chances.
And finally, what are some keys for Homestead Spartan victory?
Well, I think an up-tempo game could favor us tonight. There's no doubt about that. But defensively, we need to lock down, play well, rebound well. We got to stop Tiana White. They're a big scorer. She's averaging close to 20 points a game, and so we got to keep her under that. And then we need equal contributions from all the kids on the offensive end.
All right, Coach, thanks and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more of the pregame show leading up a tip-off with tonight's matchup. It's number 3 Homestead and Northrop right here on your Spartan Sports Source, the .91 FM.
Welcome back live to Homestead High School. We're just about 45 seconds or so away from the playing of the national anthem tip-off. I'd say probably 3 or 4 minutes away between the number 3 ranked Homestead Lady Spartans and the Northrop Lady Bruins, a conference and regular season finale on the girls' side of high school basketball in the state. Homestead will honor Sydney Graber and Riley Parker, its 2 seniors, on the roster this year. So stay tuned. You're listening to the home of Homestead Spartan basketball, the .91 FM.
Homestead athletic coverage on the .91 FM is brought to you by
Arby's of Coventry, located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zesto's. Arby's is more than roast beef, with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, and chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's of Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
Casa Italian Restaurants, family owned and operated since 1977, with 4 Fort Wayne locations: West Jefferson Boulevard, DuPont Road, Parnell Avenue, and Stellhorn Road. Featuring the Casa Bro salad, wood-burning brick oven pizzas, and over 30 pasta selections. Dine-in or carry-out available, or let Casa cater your next special occasion. Find more information at CasaRestaurants.com or by following Casa on Facebook and Twitter. Casa Italian Restaurants, a proud sponsor of WCYT Sports broadcasts.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Moe's Southwest Grill, located at 6739 West Jefferson Boulevard, next to Dunkin' Donuts Baskin-Robbins. You can contact Moe's by calling 969-MOE's, or for catering, that number is 969-EATS. Moe's specializes in Southwestern foods like burritos, tacos, and nachos with no microwaves or freezers. You can visit Moe's online at moes.com. Thank you, Moe's, for supporting the .91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead athletic coverage on our station.
Welcome back live to senior night at Homestead High School as we get set for tip-off between the 21-1 number 3 ranked Homestead Lady Spartans and their opponent, the 13-9 Northrop Lady Bruins. I'm Matt Salfrank alongside Braden Carroll. Tonight marks the final regular season game before sectionals begin next week around the state of Indiana. Homestead will take on New Haven Tuesday night at Southside High School, while Northrop will take on Northside also Tuesday at East Noble High School. Now looking at Northrop's starting 5 very quickly again: Destiny Jackson, Jasia Scott, Jasmine Perry, Kayla Warfield, and Tiana White. And now taking a look at the home team, the Homestead Ladies Spartans. I mentioned 21-1 on the season, led by head coach Rod Parker. The starting lineup for Homestead features 2 seniors, I guess tonight, 1 junior, 1 sophomore, and 1 freshman. And we first take a look at the 2 seniors on this Homestead roster, as both have started every game this season and will do so again tonight in their final game at Spartan Arena in their respective high school careers. The first starter tonight is Sydney Graber, a 6-foot forward who is committed to play college basketball at Central Michigan University. Sydney is a 3-year starter for this Homestead team, along with playing a key role off the bench her freshman season as the team would capture a state championship. Graber reached the 1,000 career point mark earlier this season in a win over then #1 Lawrence North. Sydney is currently the team's leading scorer as he averages 16.1 points per game this season. Without Sydney Graber, this Homestead team would not be at the level they currently are, as Graber is in the conversation for top seniors in the state. The next starter is Riley Parker, 5'7" shooting guard who's committed to play college basketball at Purdue Fort Wayne and is a daughter of head coach Rod Parker. Riley's improved her scoring a lot this season as she steps into a starting role after being the 6th man on last season's team. Parker is the team's 3rd leading scorer. She averages 12.7 points per game and is shooting the 3-ball incredibly well this season. So Graber and Parker, the 2 seniors on the roster, being honored at Homestead High School on senior night. The other 3 starters are Molly Stock, a 5'7" freshman guard, getting the start tonight in place of junior point guard Grace Sullivan. Ayanna Patterson, another starter for the Spartans, one of the top players in the nation in her class of 2022. And rounding out the starting 5 will be Amber Austin. For Homestead, I'm Matt Soffring alongside Braden Carroll, game 1 of 2 in tonight's SAC doubleheader. Homestead 8-0 in the SAC, Northrop 4-4 in the SAC. It'll be Tiana White to jump for Northrop, Ayanna Patterson to jump for Homestead. 0-0, 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. And the ball is up, controlled by Homestead. Stock with the first start in her career as a freshman. Grabs the ball for Homestead, top of the key. Graber to Parker, right corner. Back to Graber. Dribbles in, back out to Stock. Left corner for Amber Austin. Finds Patterson in the paint, puts up a shot and scores. Ayanna Patterson with the basket. First possession of the game for Homestead. Northrop on offense. Scott across half court for the Bruins. Homestead leads 2-0, 7:32 to go in the first quarter. Left side for Destiny Jackson, the team's 2nd leading scorer and leading rebounder at nearly 10 a game. Top of the key for White. Now to Perry. Also beyond the arc, Homestead leads 2-0, 7:19 to go in the first quarter. Scott to Jackson. Pass to Perry goes out of bounds. Turnover on Northrop going to Homestead. 2-0. Spartans lead 7:14 to go in the first quarter. Northrop in a full court press as Austin gets it in to Stock, a freshman getting the start in place of Grace Sullivan. Amber Austin still not across half court for Homestead, gets it across to Parker. Right side for Graber. Spin move, shot up. No good. Patterson, the offensive rebound for Homestead, up and in. Patterson, a quick 4 points for Homestead. They lead 4-0. 6:56 to go in the first quarter. Right side for Scott for Northrop. Homestead in a man-to-man defense. Jackson now has it, right wing. Kicks it back out for Perry, a 3. Jasmine Perry with a 3-ball for Northrop. It's 4-3. Homestead still in front by a point. 6:35 to go in the first. Stock across half court to Amber Austin, way in the right corner. Back to the freshman, Stock. Graber top of the key, fakes a 3 to Parker, a 3 on the left side, no good. Rebound goes to Northrop, that is Jackson. Homestead up by a point. 6:18 to go in the first. 4-3 Spartans. Jackson drives in, kicks it now out for White, the team's leading scorer. Shot off glass, no good. Gets her own rebound. Shot up again, it's good. As Destiny, the pass by Destiny Jackson to Tiana White gives Northrop a 5-4 lead. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Amber Austin on the left side for Homestead. Stock bounce pass to Graber on the left side of the free throw line. And Graber lays it in for Homestead, her first basket on senior night. Homestead back in front 6-5. 5:46 to go in the first quarter. Right side for Warfield. Northrop with the ball, trailing by a point. Jackson hands it off. Looks like Perry now in the right corner, gets it to Scott. Drives right baseline, kicks it out for a wide open White, a 3. No good. Rebound goes to Homestead. Molly Stock takes the ball up the court for the Spartans. Homestead leads 6-5, and Graber's layup no good. Rebound goes to Northrop. 5:20 to go in the first. Homestead up by 1. Northrop with the ball. That is Jackson on the right side, goes behind her back. Spin move, fadeaway shot on Amber Austin is no good. Rebound goes to Homestead. Sydney Graber grabs the board for the Spartans. 6-5 Homestead. Parker fakes a 3. Stock takes a 3 and drains a 3. Molly Stock with the 3-ball for Homestead. 9-5. Homestead in front. 5:02 to go in the first quarter. And just like that, it's been a pretty much back and forth the entire way. Northrop that came out with a lot of energy, but Homestead with a 4-point lead right now.
Yeah, incredibly clean shooting from both teams so far. Molly Stock, how about that three-pointer? Only shoots 11 of 35, now 12 of 36 on the season, and only averages 2.5 points per game. Put her above that already with that three-pointer. So far, great shooting from Homestead and great shooting from Northrop. This should be exciting.
Yeah, Homestead looking to finish the regular season holding John Harrell's traveling trophy for the first time since the 2016-17 season, where the team would go on to win the state championship. Spartans currently on a 25 home game winning streak in the regular season. Last time these two teams met over a year ago, back on January 25th, 2019, and Homestead came away with an 86-44 win on the road. Back in play now, Northrop ball. Homestead leads 9-5, 4:55 to go in the first quarter. I'm Matt Soffring alongside Braden Carroll. The final SAC doubleheader of the season. Jackson beyond the arc for the Bruins. Dribbles between her legs, picks up her dribble, hands it off now to Scott. Near the Spartan logo, Homestead up by 4. 4:36 to go in the first quarter, 9-5. Patterson with 4 for Homestead, right corner now for Scott. Northrop still with the ball, back to Scott. Picks up her dribble, guarded closely by Parker. Gets it right side for Jackson, the team's second leading scorer and leading rebounder. Also the team's tallest player, 5'11", is the junior. Only one senior on this Northrop roster. Behind the back pass from Jackson to White. Bruins slowing it down a bit on this possession. Tough defense by Riley Parker, and that's going to be a foul. Senior, that's going to be her first and either team's first. 9-5, Homestead leads, 4:08 to go in the first quarter. Northrop ball as Scott gets it inbounds. Northrop trails by 4, right side back to Scott, top of the key for White. Homestead up 9-5, under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Homestead a steal, Amber Austin, pass out to Sydney Graber as Graber hits the ground. Foul going against Northrop. See who they call that on. Looks like Kayla Warfield. Foul on Northrop. Homestead has to inbound underneath their own basket. Once again, no Grace Sullivan tonight for Homestead. Stock getting the start for the Spartans as she inbounds to Patterson. Left corner, back to Parker. Drives top of the key. Homestead up 9-5. Stock gets it to Patterson. In the paint, puts up a shot off the glass, spins around and in. Patterson a quick 6 points for Homestead. 11-5 Spartans. 3:37 to go in the first quarter. Northrop back on offense. Scott dribbles near the half-court line. Homestead on a bit of a run now. I believe 7-0. Scott drives the right side, kicks it out to Warfield. Right baseline. And looks like a foul on the floor. See who they call that on. Sydney Graber. So 2 team fouls for Homestead. 1 each from the seniors. Northrop ball underneath their own basket. White has it top of the key, guarded by Graber. Tosses it over right side for Scott. A 3! Too strong, tipped around, and Northrop recovers. That was Perry. Jackson now drives in. Right-handed layup off the glass and in. Destiny Jackson, the team's second leading scorer. That's her first basket of the game. It's now 11-7. Homestead only up by 4. 3:15 to go in the first. Northrop in a full court press. Homestead still not across half court. Gets it across. Amber Austin to Sydney Graber. Looks for a teammate. Gets it to Stock. Wide open Parker on the right side. Didn't take the 3. Graber a 3. Left corner. No good. And the rebound goes to Northrop. That is Jasmine Perry. Homestead leads 11-7. 2:55 to go in the first quarter. Right side for Jasia Scott, the team's leader in steals, with the ball in her hands right now for the Lady Bruins. Drives inside and a wild shot. Is this going to Homestead? Thought she might have been fouled. Kinsley in for Amber Austin. 11-7. Homestead leads. 2:44 to go in the first quarter. Game 1 and 2 in tonight's SAC doubleheader. I'm Matt Salfrank alongside Braden Carroll. Been a close one so far. Homestead with the ball, leading by 4. 2:35 to go in the first quarter. Stock passes over to Graber. Tosses it back to Stock. Parker, left corner 3. Bullseye! Riley Parker knocks down the first basket for one of 2 seniors. That is Parker's first basket, a first 3 ball. Homestead up by 7 points right now. 14-7, 2:15 to go in the first quarter. White spin move for Northrop off glass. Shot is no good. Rebound goes to Graber. for Homestead. Spartans up by 7. Graber dribbles around the court. Right side for Kinsley. Stock top of the key, fakes it over to Parker. Wants to get to Graber and does so. Graber reverse layup is good. Sydney Graber. 3 Bruins were directly around her, and Graber still able to finish a reverse layup. Homestead out by 9, 16-7, 1:45 to go in the first quarter. Spartans taking over on offense the past few minutes. As Scott on the left side passes to White, drives in, ball knocked away. Patterson was able to knock it out of bounds, but it's staying with Northrop. Megan Yoder in for Molly Stock. It'll be Scott to inbound for Northrop. Homestead leads 16-7, 1:34 to go in the first quarter. Final game of the girls basketball regular season. Final SAC game. Homestead looking to complete their 5th straight perfect conference regular season record, currently 8-0 right now. Won the SAC Holiday Tournament earlier this season. Northrop on offense. Jackson backs down Kinsley. Hands it over to Scott beyond the arc. Left side for Jackson. Dribbles around. Bounce pass to White. Ball stolen away by Homestead. Yoder has it for the Spartans. Homestead up by 9, 1:05 to go in the first quarter. Yoder pass is stolen by Scott. It's a one-on-one, and Scott pushes off. And offensive foul going as Megan Yoder able to draw the offensive foul going against Jasia Scott. That's her first, and Northrop's second. 16-7, 56.7 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's been all Homestead the past few minutes. Northrop in need of a basket. Yoder for Homestead to Kinsley in the left corner. Back to Yoder at the top of the key. Passes to Patterson at the free throw line. Now over to Graber. Left baseline layup is good. Sydney Graber up to 6 points now for Homestead. Homestead with an 11-point lead, 18-7, 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Northrop does not have an answer for the Spartans right now. I believe Homestead on a 7-0 run. 20 seconds to go in the first. Northrop ball. Scott drives in. Picks it now out for Warfield. Jump shot by White is no good. Kinsley dives for the rebound for Homestead. Gets it. 11 seconds to go. Parker the ball for the Spartans. Yoder, right side, gets it to Patterson in the paint. Shot off glass, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds by Northrop. Staying with Homestead. 4.3 seconds to go in the first quarter. Homestead up 18-7. Homestead ball underneath their own basket. Yoder set to inbound for the Spartans. Gets it in to Patterson. Shot off glass is good. Patterson with 8 points in the first quarter. That'll do it after one. 20-7. Homestead leads. It's been all Spartans really since, I guess, what was about 3 or 4 minutes left in that first quarter. Homestead really took over Northrop. They're really struggling on offense the past half of that first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Homestead shooting just kept rolling. They kept scoring. Patterson up to 8, Graber up to 6. But Northrop, they're also still shooting relatively well, but the turnovers, like they always do for this team, continue to be a huge factor in why they are down. Currently, they have 5 turnovers. While it was still a close game, they only had 1. Then they had a stretch of about 3 minutes with 4 turnovers. That's not going to win you ball games, and that's why Northrop's down so much, despite, other than that, playing a pretty clean game.
At the end of the first quarter, Homestead leads Northrop 20-7. The leading scorer for Homestead is Ayanna Patterson with 8, Sydney Graber is 6, Riley Parker with 3, and Molly Stock also with 3. No Grace Sullivan tonight for Homestead. I'm Matt Salbring alongside Brady and Carroll live at Homestead High School on senior night for the girls team. We're currently in game 1 of 2, tonight's final girls-boys SAC doubleheader of the season, as the Homestead boys and Northrop boys will be following the conclusion of the girls game. However, the Homestead girls looking to complete their 5th straight perfect SAC regular season since joining the conference in the 2015-16 season. Homestead will take on New Haven at Southside High School next Tuesday at 6 p.m. for the first round of sectionals, while Northrop will be at East Noble High School competing against Northside also on Tuesday to start the second quarter. Homestead up 20-7. Northrop ball. Leading scorer for the Bruins is Jasmine Perry with 3. Perry can't find a teammate, gets it over right side for Warfield. Back to Perry. Homestead up by 13 points now. Start of the second quarter. 7:40 to go before halftime. Homestead up 20-7. Scott drives right side, falls to the ground. Looks like a foul going against Homestead. Another foul on Parker, that's her second. It is senior night at Homestead High School. Something Parker probably didn't want to get in foul trouble in her final game in this gym. 27, Homestead leads. Under 7:30 to go in the second quarter. Northrop ball. As Scott has it in the right corner, dribbles back out near center court. Homestead defense really smothering the Northrop offense right now. Scott tosses it over to Warfield on the right side. In the paint, shot by Hill is no good, and Graber with the rebound for Homestead. Yoder playing point across half court. Homestead up 20-7. Parker on the right side. 7:03 to go in the second quarter. Bad pass on Homestead, stolen away by Northrop. Perry has it across half court for the Bruins. They trail by 13. 6:55 to go in the second quarter. Homestead up 27. Jasia Scott averages 8.3 points per game for Northrop with the ball in her hands right now. Also the team's leader in steals, 2.7 a game now to Perry. At the top of the key, this is a very small Northrop team. Tallest player, only 5'11". And Tiana White, shot is no good in the paint. Rebound goes to Graber, who gets it over to Megan Yoder now. Homestead up 20-7, 6:25 to go in the second quarter. Parker on the right side with 2 personal fouls for Homestead. Wants to find Patterson, doesn't. Gets it to Kinsley down low. Somehow goes to Patterson anyway, and Patterson finishes. As Coach Parker calls for a timeout. What a move by Patterson. Pass wasn't intended for her, but it ended up in her hands anyway, and she's up to 10 points already. Her season high, 25. And actually, I'll just make a note of it right now. Her career high, I believe, is 28 points against Northrop last season in a similar situation, the final game of the regular season. So perhaps Patterson could go off for another great game, but timeout called. Homestead leads 22-7, 6:14 to go in the second quarter.
I mean, Patterson is having a great game so far in her final game at home on the season. 10 points so far in double digits, despite us not being even in 10 minutes of play. She's playing incredibly so far, really proving her spot on this team. She is a dominant player.
And Northrop looking to snap a 16-game losing streak against Homestead, with the Bruins' last win over the Spartans coming in the 2004-05 season. Homestead 59-1 in their past 60 regular season home games. As Northrop takes it across half court, that is Perry. A couple subs set to check in for Homestead. 22-7. Homestead leads. 6:02 to go in the second quarter. Top of the key for White. Bruins on offense. Gets it to Hill. The only senior on this roster. Averages under a point per game. As White lobs it into Hill. Shot off glass. No good. Rebound on the ground. Kinsley fights for it. And Perry gets it. And it looks like a foul going against Kinsley. That'll be her first. So Homestead a bit of foul trouble already. Austin, Stevens, and Stocken for Parker, Kinsley, and Yoder. 22-7. Homestead leads. 5:45 to go in the second quarter. Scott gets it in for Northrop over to Jasmine Perry, a 5'4" junior. Like I said, a very, very small Northrop team. Tallest player, only 5'11". As Warfield drives in, is fouled on the shot. Homestead up by 15 points. So the Spartans, a lot of fouls. Molly Stock with that one. That's only her first, but the team's fifth. Northrop only 2 team fouls, so at the line, Kayla Warfield, 11 of 32 at the line in the season. Not the greatest, 34.4%. Free throw is no good. Very high arcing shot. 22-7. Homestead leads. 5:35 to go in the second quarter. Warfield missed the first for Northrop. Second is up and no good. Misses both. Homestead with the rebound. Stock crosses half court for Homestead. They lead by 15. 5:30 to go in the second quarter. Stevens, a freshman, on the right side. Bounce pass to Amber Austin. Finds Patterson, who has 10. Kick out Stock. Stevens, a 3. Allison Stevens with the 3 ball for Homestead. Her first basket of the game. Homestead now up by 18 points, 25-7. 5:09 to go in the second quarter. Spartans shooting the ball well from inside and out. Northrop ball on a bit of a scoring drought. Only 7 points to go. Stolen away by Patterson, but Northrop recovers it. Perry on the left side for the Bruins. Tosses it over to White, the team's leading scorer, 20.1 points per game. She averages over to the lone senior. Back to White in the paint. Shot blocked by Sydney Graber. Pass out to Molly Stock. To Patterson now in the paint for Homestead. Back to Stock. Amber Austin, Sydney Graber now in the left baseline. Patterson pass tipped over to Stock. Takes a three. No good. Patterson with the rebound for Homestead. The offensive board. Homestead up 25-7. 4:23 to go in the second quarter. Amber Austin, right wing. Pass out to Sydney Graber for the Spartans. Austin a deep two. And Amber Austin sinks the J for the Spartans. Her first basket of the game, the junior. Homestead's lead up to 20. 27-7. 4:07 to go in the second quarter. Northrop ball. Looks like they're trying to do a bit of crossover moves. It's not working. It's currently down by 20 points. And a bad pass stolen away. Amber Austin with the steal for Homestead. Stock across half court for the Spartans. They lead by 20. Lobs it up to Patterson. And too high, goes out of bounds. Turnover on Homestead. 27-7. 20-point lead for the Spartans. 3:48 to go in the second. Sydney Graber out as Riley Parker back in for Homestead. And a full timeout called by Northrop. I believe, what was it, 11-7 at one point. Now it's 27-7. Homestead leads, 3:48 to go in the second quarter.
I mean, Northrop's been given more opportunities. They have only turned it over once this quarter. They just can't seem to convert. Now the shooting's going off. The Bruins just having a tough night right now, and they are really not that clean, but Homestead having a little trouble keeping this game as clean as possible as well. They have 3 turnovers right now, 5 personal fouls in the half, including Riley Parker, the senior, on senior night with 2 fouls. Don't want her getting near foul trouble this early in the game. However, Homestead still has the lead, nothing to worry about, despite the few errors that this team's having.
Homestead 7 points given up in this game, 3:48 to go before halftime. The Spartan defense give up 32.9 points per game. That's 8th in the state of Indiana, 4th in Class 4A. They're 3rd in average margin of victory, 26.9 points per game. That's 6th in the state. John Harrell predicted Homestead to win 68-28 tonight. Homestead, they're 17-4 against Northrop since Rod Parker took over as the head coach of Homestead in the 2001-02 season. Both teams extremely young. Homestead has 2 seniors on the roster, Northrop only having 1. That lone senior for the Bruins averages less than a point per game. So the future is bright for Northrop. Had high expectations coming into this season. 13-9 overall, didn't quite reach those, but they have 1 or 2 seasons in the coming years to maybe make up for that. Scott drives in, hands it out to Jackson for Northrop. They trail by 20 points. 3:36 to go in the second quarter. Perry hands it off now to Scott. Falls on the ground. Recovers it. Northrop still has the ball. Passes back over to Perry now. Crossover move on Parker. Left-handed shot is good! Jasmine Perry finishes for Northrop. She has 5. It's now 27-9, 3:15 to go in the second quarter. Stevens to Stock for Homestead. Spartans up by 18. Stevens thought about the 3. Back to Stock. Left side for Parker. Finds Patterson left baseline. Shot off glass, no good. A rare miss by Patterson so far in this game. Amber Austin throws up a shot. It's good, and she's fouled. The junior now with 4 points going to the free throw line. She's just under 70% on the season. Foul going against Jasmine Perry on Northrop. Tiana White, the team's leading scorer for Northrop, back in the game for Janaja Hill, the team's only senior. Homestead up by 20, 29-9, 2:58 to go in the second quarter. Amber Austin the line to complete the and 1. It's no good. White the rebound for Northrop. They trail by 20. 2:51 to go in the second quarter. I'm Matt Salfrank alongside Braden Carroll. This Northrop team loves to hold the ball a lot. They've done quite a bit so far. Had an up-tempo pace the first few minutes of the first quarter. And shot up by White is good. That's her second basket. She's up to 4. It's now 29-11. 2.5 to go in the second quarter. Parker now on the right side for Homestead. Bounce pass to Stock. Gets it over to Amber Austin. Right baseline finds Patterson. Bad pass. Somehow goes to Riley Parker. Stock to Stevens, a three on the left side. Splash! Allison Stevens drains the three for Homestead. That's her second of the game. She has 6 points, the freshman. 32-11. 2:03 to go before halftime. Homestead leads, looking to improve to 9-0 in the SAC and 45-0 all-time in SAC regular season games since joining the conference. In the Twitter, Patterson shot is no good, partially blocked as Patterson fights with it for a Northrop player, but Northrop gets it across half court left side for Scott. Bad pass, nearly stolen away. Patterson, sure shot is blocked. Gets it back out to Parker on the left side. Stock, Parker, a three for Homestead, no good. Tipped around going to Jasia Scott for Northrop. 32-14, 1:01 to go in the second quarter. Bruins, I believe, was 7 points in the second quarter, matching the first, but still struggling on offense. Shot is no good by Scott. Gets her own rebound shot up again, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line for two. 32-14, Homestead leads. 52.1 seconds to go in the second quarter.
This is a Northrop team that only shoots 55% from the three-throw line. They've already been struggling tonight, going 0 for 2.
Yeah, 0 for 3 now. Kinsley back in for Homestead. Stevens out, goes to the bench with 6 points on 2 made threes. Stevens only a freshman, but getting a lot of playing time this year and playing well. Both free throws no good by Scott. Northrop struggling from the line this game. Kinsley left baseline for Homestead. Shot is blocked out of bounds by Destiny Jackson. It'll stay Homestead ball. 32-14, 44.1 seconds to go. Stock set to inbound for the Spartans underneath their own basket. Parker drives in. Now back out, picks up her dribble, spins around. Gets it to Molly Stock. And it looks like a 3-second violation, or foul. The referee was holding up a 3 on one of his hands. Must have been an offensive foul. Maggie Kinsley. That's her second personal. Northrop ball on the other end. They trail 32-14, under 30 seconds to go before halftime. It's been all Homestead really after the first 2 or 3 minutes of the first quarter. Scott crossover on Kinsley. Gets it to White, and ball ripped away by Graber, but a travel called against Tiana White. Northrop's leading scorer commits a turnover right there. Homestead ball. They lead 32-14, 15.1 seconds to go in the second quarter. Stock across half court for Homestead. 7 seconds to go in the second quarter. Graber for Homestead drives in, kicks it out for Parker, right corner, out to Graber. 3 at the buzzer, and short. At the end of 2, Homestead leads 32-14. And it's, like I said, pretty much been all Spartans ever since the first few minutes of that first quarter. The Homestead defense has really locked down the Bruins.
Yeah, it's been a great game for the Spartans. The Bruins just keep making mistakes on the offensive end. They've gone 0 for 4 on the free throw line when they have the opportunity to score the rare points that they have been getting. Only 7 each quarter so far, and they have 8 turnovers, which of course is not very good, but this is a team that averaged near 17 turnovers per game. They've only got less than half of that, so surprisingly this is a relatively good game for Northrop. Meanwhile, Homestead just rolling all over on the offensive end. Allison Stevens shooting 2 for 3 from the arc with 6 points, and Patterson doing what she always does, has 10 points right now, nearing her career high of 27 against Northrop, season high 25 against Carroll. This is a great game to wrap up the regular season for the Spartans.
And that will take us to the conclusion of the first half as Homestead leads Northrop 32-14. When we come back, we'll take a look at the leading scores for each team, along with what each team needs to do differently in the second half. So stay tuned. You're listening to the home of Homestead Spartan basketball, the Point 91 FM.
Homestead athletic coverage on the Point 91 FM is brought to you by
Marco's Pizza, located at 1345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for delivery or carry out by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
Arby's at Coventry. Located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zestos. Arby's is more than roast beef with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's at Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
And now, let's head back out to the gymnasium for more Homestead Lady Spartan basketball, right here on the Point 91 FM.
Welcome back live to Homestead High School. Currently at halftime between the Lady Spartans and Lady Bruins, 32-14. Homestead leads in the regular season finale and conference finale. Let's take a look at some leading scores for each team. Starting off with Homestead, Ayanna Patterson has 10 points. Sydney Graber, one of two seniors on the roster for Homestead. She has 6 points. Riley Parker, another senior, I should say the only other senior on the roster for Homestead. She has 3 points. Allison Stevens with 6, a pair of threes. Molly Stock also with a three-pointer. She has 3, and Amber Austin has 4. For Homestead now, moving on to Northrop, their leading scorers. Only 3 players have scored. Destiny Jackson, Jasmine Perry, each with 5. Tiana White with 4. And Braden, who would you call your first half player of the half? I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, it's got to be Ayanna Patterson. 10 points so far. She's really dominated, barely missed any shots. I mean, she is really dominating this game. Looks like she's going to finish with a double-double as she's getting in there, getting plenty of rebounds as well. Really passing the ball around, making as many plays as possible, even when she isn't the one scoring. She's just having a great half.
About 6.5 minutes or so away from the start of the second half. Homestead up 32-14. Some players in foul trouble for Homestead. Riley Parker, Maggie Kinsley, each with 2. Stock, Stevens, and Graber all with 1. And then for Northrop, Scott, Perry, Warfield, each with 1. And now let's switch it up a bit and reflect on this extremely successful regular season for Homestead, as we will count down our top 3 moments plus some honorable mentions of the 2019-20 season so far. We'd like to do a lot of countdowns. My honorable mentions, I guess I really could make this a top 5 or 6, would be Riley Parker's career-high 27 points, which included 7 three-pointers made against North Central on January 3rd. Another great moment for Homestead this season. Ayanna Patterson putting up 25 points and 9 rebounds in her return to the court after missing 3 games with a knee injury in over 3 weeks of action after being sidelined in a rivalry game against Carroll, where Homestead would win 67-29 and give the Chargers their only conference loss this season. And now at my number 3 spot, I have Homestead. One of their best moments of the season, winning the SAC tournament on December 28th with a 9-point win over Southside. The second best moment from this Homestead team would be winning the SAC regular season championship for a 5th straight season and clinching it last Friday after a 70-point win at Northside. And the number 1 spot has to be beating number 1 Lawrence North at home, 44-30, acquiring the traveling trophy, and Sydney Graber hitting 1,000 career points scored, which came on January 11th, all in the same game. And obviously, those were my top 5. But there's one that kind of stands out. It's a bit bigger than basketball. It's head coach Rod Parker making his official return to the sidelines after missing nearly 6 weeks due to a medical leave of absence. Weren't sure if he was going to be able to come back, and finish coaching this season, but did a couple weeks ago against Snyder. So we had top 5 moments on the court, but really I'd say Coach Parker making his return to the sideline has got to be the best moment for this Homestead team so far.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Having Coach Parker coming back was just a huge relief for this Spartan team that struggled without him, losing to Notre Dame Academy during that stretch. And when he came back, he really dominated. In fact, he's in my honorable mentions. It was just a great return for the team. And for the rest of my honorable mentions, I have Carroll. The victory against Carroll, 67-29 at home, a huge victory against the rival and a huge rout. I also have Homestead clinching the SAC regular season title at Northside. I would have it higher up there, but it wasn't a very exciting game, to say the least, at Northside. A huge dominating blowout. And for number 3, as we enter the top 3 of my list, I have Homestead beating Carmel in the first game of the season by a missed free throw with no time remaining, 47-46. It was a huge scare for the Spartans. It looks like they would start the season 0-1, but 2 missed free throws from Carmel led to Homestead narrowly escaping the tough team from Indy. And number 2, I have Homestead taking down number 1 Lawrence North to take home the traveling trophy in dominating fashion. It was just a huge game for this Spartan team, really proved their spot as one of the best teams in the state, if not the best team in the state. And at number 1, I have Homestead defeating Southside 52-43 as they won the SAC Holiday Tournament and proved how tough Homestead would be the rest of the season, as it was still early and coming off of the loss in Toledo to Notre Dame Academy. They really came back, went to the tournament, and routed everybody. And Southside in a close game in the first time those two teams met. It was just a great victory for the Spartans, both emotionally and physically on the court.
I say our top 3 moments are really top 5 moments, and then obviously Coach Parker making his return to the sideline. Probably the best moment so far for this Homestead team, but there still could be a lot more. Homestead, they win tonight, and it looks like they will, up 32-14 at halftime against Northrop. They will hold the traveling trophy for the offseason as it doesn't go into the postseason, which means, what about 8, 9 months, 10 months even? I'd say probably about 9 months or so. That when the next season starts for Homestead, they'll still have the traveling trophy. I would assume they would play Carmel the first game of the season, but I bring that up because the last time Homestead finished their regular season with the traveling trophy, they won the state championship. So if Homestead holds on to win, as they're currently up 32-14 and a half against Northrop, it appears that they will. You have to think Homestead would be the favorite to win the state championship. We're about 2 minutes or so away from the start of the third quarter, as we'll take one final break of this halftime show, so stay tuned. You're listening to the home of Homestead Spartan basketball, the Point 91 FM.
Homestead athletic coverage on the Point 91 FM is brought to you by
Marco's Pizza, located at 1345 Illinois Road inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for delivery or carry out by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
Arby's at Coventry, located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zestos. Arby's is more than roast beef with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's at Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
And now, let's head back out to the gymnasium for more Homestead Lady Spartan basketball, right here on the Point 91 FM.
Getting set for the start of the third quarter on senior night here at Homestead High School. Sydney Graber and Riley Parker, the only 2 seniors on the Homestead roster this season, will be honored after the conclusion of the girls' game. Homestead up 32-14, third quarter play about to begin. Final game of the regular season. Sectional start next Tuesday. Homestead, they play New Haven, who I believe has 4 wins the entire season, at 6 p.m. On Tuesday at Southside. High School Spartans avoided Southside in an early round matchup. They would meet for a sectional championship if they do play. Third quarter of action started. Homestead up 32-14, and with the ball, Parker right side out to Stock. Now to Parker in the right corner. Stock top of the key, pass over to Graber. Gets it to a wide open Parker, right corner, doesn't take the 3. Graber now with it on the left side, feeds the left baseline to Patterson. Ambrosson, a deep J, no good. Tipped around, going to Graber, and she scores. Thought Northrop had that rebound, but Graber just swiped it away. She's up to 8 points. In her final game at Spartan Arena. Homestead up by 20 now. 34-14, 7:20 to go in the third. 3 by Scott is good. Her first basket of the game for Northrop. 34-17, Homestead up. 7:10 to go in the third quarter. Parker to Stock. Passes now to Amber Austin, who passes out to Riley Parker, a 3. It's good. Riley Parker's in fuego. She's up to 6 points now. The senior for Homestead. Spartans back up by 20. 6:47 to go in the third. Shot by Jackson is no good, but The putback by White is good and one. Tiana White up to 6 points for Northrop. Average is 20.1 points per game this season. Team's leading scorer, one of the best scorers in the area. Now foul going against Amber Austin, their first. Homestead up 37-19, 6:43 to go in the third quarter. Tiana White at the line for one for the Northrop Lady Bruins. 13-9 on the season. Homestead 21-1, and the free throw good by White. I believe maybe the first free throw that North was made the entire game. They missed quite a few in the first half. Graber wide open the left side, but stolen away by Northrop. That is Scott on Yoder, and she's able to draw the foul as Jasia Scott going to the free throw line for the Bruins. The good news for Homestead, she shoots 45.3% of the line of the season, 24 of 53. And looks like another timeout called. It feels like we've had a lot of timeouts in this game compared to usual. I don't know why, but Homestead leads 37-20, 6:31 to go in the third quarter.
So far, it's been a very good start for Northrop to the second half. First off, they made a free throw for once, now at 1 and 5, converting the and one. I mean, they may be down 17, but at least they're showing some signs of life as we start off the third quarter.
Homestead up 37-20. I mean, 17 points. We've seen teams come back from more, but considering Homestead on a 13-game winning streak, 21-1 on the season, would be unlikely. Homestead's only loss came to Notre Dame Academy towards the beginning of December when interim head coach Karen Eichenbrook was filling in for Rod Parker during his medical leave of absence. So Rod Parker looking to complete his first ever undefeated season as a head coach. Free throw is not very close to going in the basket by Jasia Scott for Northrop. 37-20, Homestead leads, 6:31 to go in the third quarter. Second, good! Free throw by Scott. She has 4, Homestead ball. Parker on the right side, lead now cut to 16. Patterson scores once again for Homestead. She's up to 12, 39-21, 6:18 to go in the third quarter. As Northrop able to draw another foul, Scott goes diving to the floor. Foul on Amber Austin, that's her second. Homestead's third as a team. Some more free throws coming, Braden. Jasia Scott, 45% of the line coming into this game. Already has 4 points. Free throw, no good by Scott. She makes this one, I'm gonna go crazy. Similar to those of you who listened to the Northside game last Friday. Free throw, no good. Patterson the rebound for Homestead. Yoder across half court to Parker now in the right corner. Back to Yoder, finds Patterson in the paint. Shot up off glass is in. Patterson is unstoppable right now. 14 points for the sophomore. Homestead's lead to 20. 6 minutes to go in the third as Scott drives in for, the third straight time. She could start making her free throws. This might be worth it. I guess the only negative for Homestead, they're just getting a lot of players in foul trouble. That's Patterson's first, the team's fourth. Free throw coming for Northrop. That's Scott, is no good.
Man, you just got to convert those. She's been at the line 4 times tonight and has only made about 2 of those free throws. She really needs to make some shots, put Northrop in.
Free throw up, no good. Sorry to interrupt you there, Braden. Would have been a huge moment if she would have knocked that one down. Homestead gets the rebound, however. They lead by 20, 41-21. 5:50 to go in the third. Parker a 3, right corner. Parker is dos and fuego. On fire twice. Across half court for Northrop. That is Scott. Riley Parker now up to 9 points on 3 3-pointers for Homestead, the senior on senior night at Homestead High School. White drives in for the Bruins. Shot rejected by Graber. Patterson with the ball for Homestead as she is fouled. 44-21. Homestead now a 23-point lead. 5:28 to go in the third quarter. Jasia Scott, Allison Stevenson Stock check back in as Yoder and Austin go to the bench. Just a quick note, no Grace Sullivan tonight for Homestead. Not 100% sure the reason, but I know she's been battling an injury the past few weeks. not quite at 100%. No point of playing her today. Get her ready for the postseason. Parker, another three is deflected by Northrop and goes out of bounds, going to the Bruins. 44-21, Homestead leads 5:12 to go in the third quarter. Homestead plays New Haven Tuesday night at 6 p.m. at Southside High School. We'll be there on the call probably 5:45. Northrop ball. White drives in. Bounce pass to Warfield. Shot is up and good. That's her first basket of the game. Kayla Warfield for Northrop. Stock loses the ball for Homestead. Looks like a foul going against Northrop. Jasmine Perry, it appears. That's her second, the team's second. 44-23, Homestead leads. 4:45 to go in the third quarter. Game 1 of 2 on tonight's SAC doubleheader. Donnie Harmon and I will be on the call in the boys game. Bad pass by Stevens. Goes out of bounds for Homestead, going to Northrop now. 44-23, Homestead up. Looking to finish the SAC 9-0 in the regular season, that is. They won the SAC Holiday Tournament about a month ago over Southside. As White drives in for Northrop. Shot is rejected by Patterson. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Northrop. 44-23. Homestead leads. 4:28 to go in the third quarter. Final game of the regular season for Homestead and for Northrop. The Bruins have an easy path to the sectional championship. They take on Northside, who has one win in the quarterfinal, which they'll win that one. And then DeKalb, if they beat Northside, who has 2 wins on the season. Parker, a three, right corner, no good. And the rebound goes to Tiana White for Northrop. Cross-court pass over to Jasia Scott. Crossover move on Stock. Foul on the floor. They say no shot. So Stock, that is her second. The team's 5th. Traveling trophy on the line in this one. You'll hear me bring that up a lot. Next game is Northrop robbed Homestead of the traveling trophy on the boys' side a season ago in a 6-point overtime win. As Scott at the top of the key gets a screen from Jackson, drives right side, still beyond the arc. Homestead up 44-23, 3:45 to go in the third quarter. As Jackson calls for a screen for Northrop. Bruins offense incredibly stagnant since the first few minutes of that first quarter. Jackson gets the pass stolen away by Parker. Other end for Homestead, and she's fouled. Been a lot of fouls so far in the second half. Another foul on Jasmine Perry, that's her third. Tiana White back in for Northrop. 44-23, Homestead leads, 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Stock looks to get it inbounds, hasn't gotten in, nearly a 5-second violation. But Patterson receives the inbound over to Parker now. Picks up her dribble. Pass to Stock, stolen away by Northrop. Wide open layup by Scott is good. She has 6 points for the Bruins. 44-25, the lead is cut to Homestead, still in front. 3:10 to go in the third. Parker in the right corner, pass to Patterson. Shot off glass, good again. Patterson up to 16 points for Homestead. 46-25, Spartans lead. Jumper by Warfield, no good. Rebound tipped around. Jackson gets it for the Bruins and lays it in. Another timeout by Rashida Muhammad in her 4th season at Northrop. Pretty good record, 61-30. I believe they went 20-4 a few seasons back. Struggled last year as Northrop only 5-5 on the road this year. Homestead 9-0 at home. 46-27, Spartans in front, 2:54 to go in the third quarter.
Patterson just continuing to have a good game. Right now she's at 16, her season high is 25, only 9 points away from that. It looks like she could break that season high with the game that she is having so far. Just a great game for Homestead to cap off senior night, to cap off the regular season, 21-0, 8-0 in the SAC. I mean, a great season for the Spartans and definitely a great game to finish it.
Homestead up 46-27 over Northrop right now. 2:54 to go in the third quarter. I am Matt Salfrank alongside Braden Carroll. Game 1 and 2 in tonight's SAC doubleheader. The Northrop Lady Bruins, I mentioned, have a pretty easy path to the sectional championship. Face Northside quarterfinal, then would face DeKalb, who got the bye, and they're 2-18 on the season. So Northrop would probably run through those teams to face Carroll in the sectional championship likely. Now in the same sectional as Homestead, I should note. Homestead is Southside and Huntington North to deal with of their own. Spartans ball. Graber on the left side for Homestead. Parker left corner three, and she drains it. Riley Parker 4-3 for Homestead. She's up to 12 points. Shot by the Bruins is no good, as Graber with the rebound for Homestead. 49-27. 2:25 to go in the third. Patterson in the paint again. Was trying to find Kinsley. Wasn't quite there. Goes out of bounds. Going to Northrop. There's one thing that this Homestead team can work on. It is turnovers. They had 18 against Heritage Christian on Monday, but they had 19 assists on 22 field goals. They won 60-35. Homestead up 49-27 in this one. 2:13 to go in the third quarter. Can't believe it's the final game of the regular season already. Scott passes it out to White for Northrop, and a foul called again. Hopefully the referees call the fouls in this game and let the boys play a little bit more last year. Let's say there were quite a few calls that maybe shouldn't have been, but that game was quite a while ago. 49-27. Homestead girls lead by 22. 2:04 to go in the third. Inbound pass goes to Jackson. Left side for Scott. A three. No. And the rebound goes to the freshman Molly Stock, who got the start in place of Grace Sullivan tonight for Homestead. Stock, Parker, left side to Kinsley. Out to Patterson. Thought about the deep two. Takes the deep two, and it's no good. And the rebound goes to Northrop. That is Warfield. As Kinsley goes for the ball, and a jump ball is called. Great play by Kinsley not to draw, or not to take a foul right there. But Northrop does get possession. 49-27. Homestead leads, 1:43 to go in the third. John Harrell had Homestead winning this one 68-28. Spartans would have to go on a 19-1 run. It's possible, you never know. Northrop ball, Jackson left baseline. Now in the left corner. Bruins down by 22. Northrop only one senior on the roster, and she averages less than a point per game. Bright future for the Bruins. A three, step back. See, that was Jackson. It was no good. Homestead the rebound. Parker across half court for the Spartans. They lead 49-27. Kinsley a three by Homestead. No good. And the rebound goes to Amanda Thatcher, who just checked in. On the right side for Northrop. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. 49-27. Homestead in front of Northrop. Final game of the regular season. Scott falls down on the ground. Ball goes out of bounds, or nearly went out of bounds, but Stock saves it. For Homestead, Kinsley now on the right side. Gets it to Stock. Wide open Parker, left side. Pass was too late for her to take the three. Back to Stock. Kinsley open on the right side. Drives the right baseline, gives it to Amber Austin, and scores the easy basket right under. She has 6 now, Amber Austin. 51-27. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Northrop ball. Scott has the ball in her hands. She has 6 points in this game. Patterson has 16 for Homestead. Parker has 12, and Graber has 8 for the Lady Spartans. As Thatcher gets it back out to a teammate, but she traveled. 4.2 seconds to go in the third quarter. Potential buzzer beater coming. 51-27. Your Homestead get the ball to Riley Parker. Parker on the left side. Shot up at the buzzer. Just short. She had to throw that one up with her left hand, and it still nearly went in. 51-27 the score at the end of 3 quarters. Has been all Spartans in that third quarter.
It's really been all Spartans all game long. I mean, they have held Northrop to practically nothing all game. Northrop did have, I believe, 13 in that third quarter, which is their high by quarter so far today, but it just hasn't been the prettiest game for Northrop. They're now in double digits in turnovers. They have Jasmine Perry, who averages 3.5 points per game, now in foul trouble, and 2 fouls for Jasia Scott, who is really the only one working in there to get some points. She's forced about 5 fouls and got into the line about 4 times. However, she hasn't made a lot of those free throws as she shoots 45.3% on the season. And Homestead's really just dominated today. Riley Parker with 12, Ayanna Patterson with 16. It's just been an all-around great game.
Homestead 59-1 in their past 60 regular season home games, looking to improve to 60-1 in their last 61 regular season home games. They lead 51-27 end of the third quarter. And with a Homestead win over Northside last Friday, the team has reached a 20-win mark in a single season for the 7th time in the last 8 years. And the 1 year the team didn't reach 20 wins was in 2017-18, where the program won 19 games before losing to Southside in the first round of sectionals. Homestead up 51-27 start of the fourth quarter. Homestead outscored Northrop 19-13 in that third period. Spartan ball out to Parker, right corner, it's good. Another 3 for Riley Parker. I believe that's her 5th of the game. She has 15 points now. 54-27 Homestead leads, 7:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Northrop's offense really struggling this game. Homestead's offense playing well, but a few turnovers have limited some opportunities. As Warfield drives and shot is no good. Patterson the rebound for Homestead. Homestead up by 27. Patterson able to draw the foul on a Northrop Bruin. Let's see who they call that against. It'll be the team's 4th. Kayla Warfield, that's only her 2nd. Patterson shot by Homestead underneath the basket. No good. Gets the second chance basket to go. She's up to 18 points now, Ayanna Patterson for Homestead. 56-27 Spartans, 7:07 to go in the fourth quarter. Northrop ball really struggling in the second half. Scott holds it on the left side, familiar scene. Northrop holding the ball in one spot. Traveling trophy in the line in this one. White drives in and ball is held by Graber. Jump ball called. Should be going to Homestead this time. For some reason, I thought I remembered the last jump ball went to Northrop. Maybe there was another one, but it appears like Northrop will still get the ball. 56-27, Homestead leads, 6:44 to go in the fourth quarter. Shot up by Jackson is good. Bounced off the back of the iron and fell. She's up to 9 points. Parker a 3, right corner, no good, nearly went in. Would have been her 6th of the game. Senior night here at Homestead High School. Graber and Parker, the 2 seniors on this Homestead roster. Jackson in the right corner for Northrop. Homestead up 56-29. Shot up by White was no good. As Perry dribbles out beyond the arc, throws up an ill-advised 3. That's no good. At this point, Northrop just throwing up shots. Parker, you know she wants to take another 3. Patterson in the paint. And whistle blown. 56-29, Homestead leads, 6:07 to go in the fourth quarter. Boys game set to start soon. Should note, Isaac Barkus, Grady Swing called up from the JV squad on the boys team. Patterson's jump shot no good. Amber Austin out to Megan Yoder. Parker on the left side, bounce pass to Graber, takes the 2, drives left baseline, throws up a shot, and she is fouled. So Sydney Graber going to the free throw line where she scored her 1,000th point against Lawrence North at the line January 11th, the same time that Homestead acquired the traveling trophy. That foul going against Kayla Warfield. They have that as her 2nd, but I believe that's her 3rd if that is actually on Warfield. Graber's free throw is good. She's up to 9 points.
Number 23, Amanda Thatcher into the Bruins.
57-29, Homestead leads. 5:56 to go in the fourth. Graber misses the 2nd for Homestead. Northrop the rebound. Perry crosses half court for the Bruins. One-handed pass over to Thatcher. Leads the team in turnovers. Throws up a wild shot and gets fouled. Northrop, a lot of trips to the line in this game. Only shoot 55% from the line as a team this season. Foul on Amber Austin, her 3rd. The team's 7th, so Northrop in the bonus now. Free throw, no good by Northrop, but that was a shooting foul, so would have got 2 anyway. 57-29. Homestead leads 5:43 to go in the fourth quarter. Can she make this one? Free throw, no good. Northrop really struggling. I believe against Northside a couple weeks back, they went 2 of 15 from the free throw line, still won 70-18. Homestead ball, Patterson in the paint, shot deflected. Whistle blown. Foul going against Kayla Warfield. Apparently that's her 3rd personal foul now. 57-29, Homestead leads, 5:33 to go in the fourth quarter. Graber at the free throw line for Homestead. First is good by Graber, up to 10 points now. The 3rd player to do that is Patterson, has 18, and Parker has 15 for Homestead. They lead 58-29. Leading out to 30, Graber makes the second, 59-29, 5:30 to go in the fourth. Sydney Graber up to 11 points. Northrop ball, White at the Spartan logo, drives right side, tosses it over to Jackson. Step back jumper, air ball. Saved by White in the left corner for Northrop. Puts up a runner off glass, no good. And Amber Austin the rebound for Homestead. Megan Yoder to Parker on the right side. Jumper by Austin is good. Amber Austin up to 8 points in the game for Homestead. Oh, wait. No, that was Amber Austin. PA got it wrong. 61-29, 4:56 to go in the fourth quarter. Bit of a scoreboard error. That foul going against Sydney Graber. It appears they have 32 as their 3rd personal foul. Free throw was good. So White now up to 8 points. 61-30, Homestead still leads, 4:56 to go in the fourth. Free throw up, good by White. She has 9, 30-point lead for Homestead. Graber drives in, shot is no good. Kinsley the offensive rebound out to Stock. Wants to get it to Parker, who's waiting for another opportunity to take a 3. Graber takes a 3, no good. Stevens back up and in for Homestead, came off the bench. She has 8 points now for the Spartans, 63-31. 4.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Right side for Perry on senior night here at Homestead High School. Pass out to White beyond the arc, drives in on Kinsley, throws up a shot, no good. Rebound goes to Maggie Kinsley, a sophomore for Homestead. Stock to Graber now, left baseline. Stock to Parker, bounce pass to Graber. A jumper, no good. Rebound goes to Northrop. They trail by 32 points, 4:03 to go in the fourth quarter. White lobs it in, and it's stolen away by Parker for Homestead. 63-31 the score. Under 4 minutes to go in the fourth. 3 by Stock, no good. And Stevens can't get the rebound before it goes out of bounds. Hits, looks like a drum or something on the sidelines near the band. Homestead up by 32 points, 63-31. 3:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Northrop ball. Patterson is 18 in the game for Homestead. Graber's 11 and Parker is 15. Homestead, they start sectionals Tuesday at Southside, but against New Haven, as White is poked away, stolen away by Graber. Parker recovers it. Bounce pass to Stock. Now Graber has it in the left corner. Parker a 3 for Homestead. 3 ball by Riley Parker. That's her 6th of the game. She has 18 points now for Homestead. 66-31. 3:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Jackson backs down Graber. Shot off glass is good. Destiny Jackson. She's up to 11 points now for Northrop. 66-33. Spartans, 3 minutes to go in the fourth. As Kinsley blocked by Jackson, I believe for the second time this game. Helmkamp now in. As Sydney, actually I'm not sure, is going out. Bit of confusion. So I guess Sydney Graber does check out for the Spartans on senior night. Bit of confusion right there. Stock to Parker on the left side, who has 18 points on 6 made threes. Back to Stevens, Homestead up by 33. Parker, a three, left corner. No good, so close, couldn't quite fall. 33-point lead for Homestead, 2:43 to go in the fourth quarter. Boys game coming up next after this. Stay tuned for a post-game show. We'll talk about some local sectionals. Jackson gets it to go for Northrop. She has 13 points, 66-35. 2:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Kinsley, pass out to Helmkamp, who just checked in for Sydney Graber. Parker with 18 on 6 made threes for Homestead. Helmkamp, Parker, a three, left corner. Bullseye! Riley Parker's 7th made three in her final game at Homestead High School. In Spartan Arena, final game senior night. Parker up to 21 points. What a game. As Riley Parker set to check out with 21 points on 7 made three-pointers. As she hugs her dad, Coach Rod Parker checking out of this game for the final time at Spartan Arena. What a way to go out the senior. Obviously, this is just the regular season, as it looks like a couple free throws, or one free throw made by Scott. Sydney Freem in for Homestead. Landrigan in, along with Helmkamp, Stevens, and Kinsley. 69-36, 2:06 to go in the fourth. Homestead leads. Free throw coming by Scott is good. Scott with another free throw for Northrop. It's now 32-point game, 2 minutes to go. Kinsley drives in. Ball kicked by Northrop. 69-37, 1:57 to go in the fourth. Like I said, stay tuned for a post-game show. Be an extended one due to honoring of Sydney Graber and Riley Parker. So Graber goes out with 11, Parker goes out with 21. A majority of those points coming in the second half. Homestead ball. All their bench players in now. They lead 69-37, 1:57 to go in the fourth. Stevens, left corner three, no good. Rebound goes to Helmkamp for Homestead, the offensive board. Landrigan, top of the key for Stevens. Travel on Allison Stevens. She has 8 points for Homestead. Spartans lead 69-37, 1:48 to go in the fourth. A lot of subs in. Now for Northrop. Johnson on the right side. Back to Thatcher, guarded by Kinsley. Near the right corner. Foul going against Homestead. 1-and-1 coming for Northrop. Still waiting to see who that was called on. Actually, that was the 10th team foul. Foul was on Sydney Freem, her first, team's 10th. Double bonus for Northrop. Free throw no good by Serenity Bragg. First was no good, 69-37. Bragg's second, no good. And Homestead the rebound, up by 32 points. 90 seconds to go in the game. Kinsley, Stevens, a wide open three, no good. And the rebound on the ground. Landrigan has it for Homestead. And it's tied up, a jump ball going to Homestead. 1:22 to go in the fourth quarter, 69-37. Freem, corner three. Too strong. Goes out of bounds and going to Northrop. 69-37, Homestead on top. 1:17 to go in the fourth quarter. Actually, I guess that is still going to Homestead. Thought it wasn't touched. Helmkamp a three for the Spartans. Too strong again, but Homestead gets the rebound. I mentioned Northrop, a very small team. Kinsley in the paint. Stevens a three, no good. Bench players struggling to hit their shot, but Homestead up 69-37, doesn't matter a ton. 50 seconds to go in the game. Post-game will break down some local scores. Three by Thatcher, no good. Rebound Still on the ground, goes to Homestead. One-handed pass to Kinsley. Double teamed. Stevens takes another three. Allison Stevens with the 3 ball for Homestead. She's up to 11 points now, the freshman. 20 seconds to go. Shot by Moore, and she's fouled. Northrop a couple more free throws. 72-37. Homestead leads. 18.2 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Anaya Moore at the line for Northrop. Can she make it? We'll see. First free throw up and no good.
And that's just been the struggling point all night for Northrop. They've had trouble with turnovers. They have had trouble with containing their fouls and especially having trouble hitting their free throws.
Second for Moore, up. It's no good again. 16 seconds to go in the game. Homestead up 72-37. 10 seconds to go. And it looks like Homestead will just dribble out the clock. Helmkamp with the ball in her hands. And that will do it as Homestead completes their 5th straight unbeaten SAC regular season, improving to 45-0 all-time in conference regular season games after a 72-37 win over the Northrop Lady Bruins. Sydney Grayber and Riley Parker, the 2 seniors on this Homestead roster. Let's see, Grayber had 11 points. Parker had 21 points on 7 made threes. With that, the regular season is officially over for girls basketball. Kind of sad. Just flew by as Homestead finishes with a 22-1 overall record, 21-0 record against Indiana schools, and 9-0 in the SAC regular season. Mentioned sectional play starts next week against New Haven, but first up, what are your takeaways tonight?
Just a great game for Homestead, a perfect way to cap off the undefeated SAC season for the Spartans, and Northrop had trouble really all night, a lot of fouls, double-digit turnovers, and they just couldn't seem to hit anything, especially when it came to hitting those free throws. Meanwhile, seemed like everything except maybe the turnover area had 7 on my count, went right for the Spartans. Allison Stevens hit 3 free throws in a very impressive game out of the freshman as she got 11 points. Riley Parker finishes her regular season for Homestead with 21 points. Grayber with 11. Patterson putting up 18. And Amber Austin, somebody who hasn't really scored recently for the Spartans, has been kind of like a role player recently. Got 8 points tonight. Just an overall great game for the Spartans. A great way to finish off the regular season as this team eyes a title.
I'm trying to find some scores as Sydney Grayber honored senior night at Homestead High School. Homestead wins 72-37. I guess if we get some local scores, we'll update you on that. And before the postseason begins next week, let's make our IHSAA Girls Basketball 2020 tournament predictions for both 4A and 3A. And we'll still wait to see those scores, but I'm pretty sure I came out with the win over you in the regular season. First, taking a look at Homestead Sectional, which is formerly known as the Southside Sectional or Sectional number 6. First up, we have Southside against Huntington North. 7:30 on Tuesday. Who do you have winning that one?
Well, Southside is an incredibly tough team who has really contended with the Spartans recently. They went 0-2, but really fought in both those games. Huntington North had a great game against Homestead as well. That's their common opponent. That really means something to these teams. I'm going to give Huntington North the victory. They have a really strong defense. Southside doesn't really have much of a defense. It will definitely decide on that factor. I'll give the Vikings the victory, and I see them advancing.
For those of you watching on the live stream, Riley Parker being honored as a senior for Homestead, but in that game I have Southside winning over Huntington North. And then some other games in the East Noble sectional, Northrop versus Northside. Both have Northrop, even though they got destroyed by Homestead tonight.
I see Northside gaining a little bit of energy, making it a close game. Give me Northrop. They played a little struggling tonight against Homestead, but Northside has struggled incredible amount all season. I'll take Northrop, no doubt, in this one.
Let's see, another game. We have Snyder against East Noble, two not very good teams.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams have struggled in their individual conferences. Snyder just a really tough season. Both are in rebuild. However, I see East Noble winning this one in a practical home game, and I see them advancing despite having a rough schedule during their rebuilding season.
I'm going to give Snyder the win, and I still haven't found any scores yet. I don't know if games are just taking forever tonight or what, but I'll try to get you some updated scores around the area. And I guess now let's make our 3A and 4A state championship predictions, what all the listeners have been waiting for. Officially, starting in Class 3A, who do you have coming from the north?
Well, from the north in a tough 3A conference, I do see from the I
believe we both have Norwell coming out from the north.
Thank you. I'm struggling to find my paper there. I see Norwell. They are a really tough team from 3A. In fact, they are really contenders for what should be an incredible 3A championship game. I see Heritage Christian coming out of the south. They did struggle against Homestead, but Homestead is a 4A opponent. Heritage Christian really one of the more dominant teams in 3A, and I see them being able to win the state championship. They're an incredibly tough team.
I probably should take Benton Central, but I'm going with Norwell. From the north and the south, I'm going with Salem. And I have Norwell winning it all in Class 3A. There's probably a 0% chance that happens, but in case it does, you never know. And now into 4A. Who do you have coming from the north?
Well, I have Homestead, of course. They have really just dominated all season long. They will face a tough Northwestern team, but Homestead has faced adversity before, and they have mainly fought it off with flying colors. I'll take the Spartans to the state championship, to Bankers Life Fieldhouse.
Running low on time. I also have Homestead making it to the state championship, taking on North Central, and I have Homestead winning the state championship this year in girls basketball. Did you say who you have coming from the south?
I have Lawrence North. They're an incredibly tough team, although they did lose to Homestead. It's tough to be a team twice, but I see Homestead winning that theoretical state championship, gaining a second title in 5 years.
And that will take us to the conclusion of Game 1 and 2 in tonight's SAC doubleheader on the Point 91 FM. Once again, your final scores: Homestead 72, Northrop 37. The Lady Spartans finished the regular season with a 22-1 overall record and 9-0 in the SAC. The Spartans capture their 5th straight perfect SAC regular season. Sectional play begins next Tuesday as Homestead will take on New Haven at the host school of the sectional this year, Southside. Tip-off between Homestead and New Haven is set for 6 this coming Tuesday. Once again, Homestead wraps up their best ever regular season with a school record 22 wins. For Braden Carroll, I'm Matt Salfrank. Thank you for listening as we both have had the privilege to call games for one of the best teams in the state throughout the season. Stay tuned, though, as Donnie Harmon and I will have the call as the boys' teams take the court, with the 11-5 Homestead Spartans taking on the Northrop Bruins in a traveling trophy revenge game from 2019. Pregame for the boys' matchup will be starting shortly, so stay tuned. You're listening to Homestead Spartan Basketball on the Point 91 FM.
This hour on the Point 91 FM is brought to you by
Arby's at Coventry, located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zestos. Arby's is more than roast beef with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's at Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
Casa Italian Restaurants, with 4 Fort Wayne locations: West Jefferson Boulevard, DuPont Road, Parnell Avenue, and Stellhorn Road. Featuring Fort Wayne's famous Casa Burro salad, wood-burning brick oven pizzas, and over 30 pasta selections. Dine-in or carry-out available, or let Casa cater your next special occasion. Online at CasaRestaurants.com. Follow Casa on Facebook and Twitter. Casa Italian Restaurants, a proud sponsor of WCYT Sports Broadcast.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for delivery or carryout by calling 625-6800. That number, once again, is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
Moe's Southwest Grill, located at 6739 West Jefferson Boulevard next to Dunkin' Donuts Baskin Robbins. You can contact Moe's by dialing 969 Moe's, or for catering, that number is 969 Eats. Moe's specializes in southwestern food like burritos, tacos, and nachos with no microwaves or freezers. You can contact Moe's online at moes.com. Thank you, Moe's, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
The Point is WCYT Lafayette Township, Fort Wayne, a broadcast service of Homestead High School, 91.1 FM and online at WCYT.org. The Point 91 FM, where music is the point.
Arby's at Coventry, located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zesto's. Arby's is more than roast beef, with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, and chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's at Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
Arby's at Coventry, located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zesto's. Arby's is more than roast beef with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's at Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
Casa Italian Restaurants, with 4 Fort Wayne locations: West Jefferson Boulevard, DuPont Road, Parnell Avenue, and Stellhorn Road. Featuring Fort Wayne's famous Casa Burro salad, wood-burning brick oven pizzas, and over 30 pasta selections. Dine-in or carry-out available, or let Casa cater your next special occasion. Online at CasaRestaurants.com. Follow Casa on Facebook and Twitter. Casa Italian Restaurants, a proud sponsor of WCYT Sports Broadcast.
Casa.
The following is a presentation of WCYT Sports.
Laughlin the rebound. The clock hits 0. The Spartans are state champions. They avenged the loss from 2 years ago, and they'll take home a state championship.
Hands it off to Grant Raver, going at the 15, down to the 5. Gets into the end zone for Homestead. 15-yard run for Grant Raver. Gets Homestead on the board.
Trying to get inside. Nothing there. Step back. Open 3. It's gone. Todd Curry knocks it down. Spartans win. Spartans win.
On your dial at 91.1 FM and online at WCYT.org, it's time for the action of Homestead Spartan Athletics.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from Homestead High School for tonight's matchup featuring the 8-9 Northrop Bruins, who are coached by Rod Chamble, who is in his 5th season at the school, and the 11-5 Homestead Spartans, who are coached by Chris Johnson, who is in his 21st season at Homestead. Hello once again, everyone. I'm Donnie Harmon, joined alongside Braden Carroll. We'll be joined by color commentator Matt Salfrank and sideline reporter Ashton Hackman a little later on in the broadcast. Right now, we're just about 15 minutes away from tip-off, but at this time, let's start with the Casa Restaurante pregame show. Braden, looking at the last time we saw Homestead, they lost 43-36 against the number 1 ranked team at the time, the Lawrence North Wildcats.
And they may have lost that game, but there isn't many negatives to take away from the Spartans. It was just a defensive game with a lot of drama. I mean, Goody put up 14 for Homestead, which was high for the team, and Grinsfelder got himself 9 hard-earned points. I mean, the team only had 7 turnovers and 11 fouls, getting themselves a clean game. But the one dirty part about that game was 3-point shooting. The Spartans went 2 of 16 from beyond. Just a tough Wildcat team with lots of height. Were able to get strong finishes on fast breaks after fast breaks, and that ended up being the sealer. After a minute was shaved off to slow the Homestead team down and give Lawrence North the push they needed to pull away late and win that affair.
You mentioned some of the struggles for Homestead shooting the ball. They shoot about 40% on the year from 3, but in that game just 2 of 16. Like you mentioned, the defense, great for Homestead, but the offense just didn't have enough to get the job done against one of the best teams in the state.
I mean, anytime you shoot 13% from beyond, something's not going right on offense. No one scored over 15, including 4-star Luke Goody, and shooting was just off all game with only 33% of shots going through the rim. It was just a tough defensive and gritty basketball game where Homestead was unable to grind out enough points in order to win that one. Wildcats were, however, they were able to get inside the paint and fight despite facing an incredibly tough defense. They won that one. Homestead's offense just didn't get enough done.
And despite the loss, it was a good effort for the short-handed Spartans team, as they are still without Zach Kruger.
I mean, holding the number one team in the state to only 43 points is an incredible feat by itself. The defense was just relentless, as almost every shot looked incredibly contested, and the Wildcats have to drive inside in order to score. They held the Cats to under 10 in the second and the third quarter, stopping a team that thrives around offensive firepower. I mean, if it weren't for a tough shooting night, this Spartan team would have had a great shot at pulling off the upset at home against the number one team at the time.
That's going to take us to our first break of the night. When we come back, you will get the chance to hear my sit-down with Homestead head coach Chris Johnson. So stay tuned. You're listening to the home of Homestead Spartan basketball, The Point 91 FM.
Casa Italian Restaurants, family owned and operated since 1977, with 4 Fort Wayne locations: West Jefferson Boulevard, DuPont Road, Parnell Avenue, and Stellhorn Road. Featuring the Casa Burro salad, wood-burning brick oven pizzas, and over 30 pasta selections. Dine-in or carry-out available, or let Casa cater your next special occasion. Find more information at CasaRestaurants.com or by following Casa on Facebook and Twitter. Casa Italian Restaurants, a proud sponsor of WCYT Sports broadcasts.
Welcome back to the Homestead Basketball Pregame Show. I'm now joined by Homestead Spartan head basketball coach Chris Johnson. Coach, looking at the last time your team played, you lost 43-36 against a Lawrence North team that was ranked first in the state at the time. What are your takeaways from your team's performance?
Well, I thought for 30 minutes, 29 minutes, we played pretty good basketball. When they held the ball when it was they were up 35-33, it was at about the 5-minute mark. I didn't feel good about coming out and chasing them, and I think I was correct with that being said, where I think they went on a 8-0 run to go up 10 at that point in time. But you know, it's a basket here or there, it's a turnover here or there, and it's making your free throws. And if you do that, and we've got the lead going into the last 5 minutes, we're not in that situation then. But you know, a lot of good takeaways from that game. I thought our kids played hard defensively. Offensively we struggled, but give them credit for, what they were doing and, making us take tough shots. But it shows that, we can compete at a high level. We just have to do the little things to get us over that hump.
And despite losing the game, how happy were you with the defensive performance in that game, holding a dynamic offense to under 45 points?
Well, very pleased with how our kids played. I think they came out, they played hard. We played smart. We kept them in front of us for the most part. The turnovers and the leak outs off of a tough shot or a missed shot is where they got most of their points. They outscored us 27-0 on transition points. And anytime somebody can do that, that puts yourself in a bind. Especially, you hold a team to 43 points, you think you're in a pretty good position to be able to win that game. And we were, but we just could not get over the hump and make a key shot here or there where the ball just didn't bounce our way.
Coach Chris Johnson joins me here in the pregame show. In the offseason, you beefed up your schedule a little bit, adding some indie teams like North Central and Lawrence North. Despite losing these games, do you think that has a positive impact on your team moving forward?
Well, I don't know if it has positive or not. We want to put ourselves into a situation where we're playing the best teams. Yeah, you're right. We put 3 teams on our schedule that are going to be very tough. They're in the top 10 as far as in the Sagarin ratings, as far as where they are ranked. And we knew it was going to be a tough battle for us. And it's never good when you're missing a player like Zach Kruger, where he's been out for the last 4.5 games. So we need a healthy Kruger to come back. But other kids are stepping up, doing what they're supposed to do, taking his place. They're getting good quality minutes, and they're getting an opportunity to show what they can do.
Yeah, we knew Lawrence North was going to try and get the ball out in transition often in that game. Do you feel like your team did a good job making them play to your pace more often to make them work in their half-court sets?
Well, like I said, we gave up 27 points in transition, and that was probably, I think we only had 9 turnovers for the game, but probably 9 of their, or 18 of their points of those came from, off of turnovers into easy buckets. We've got to be able to clean that up. There was a lot of speed, a lot of quickness, a lot of strength that Lawrence North has, and that's why they are 15-1 and, one of the better teams in the state of Indiana. But we've got to clean those things up if we want to compete and say that we're going to, compete for a conference championship and to be able to go far in a tournament. You can't commit a lot of turnovers. You can't give up easy transition points. You got to make teams earn each and every basket.
Once again, I'm joined by Coach Chris Johnson here in the pregame show. Let's transition to tonight's game as you resume SAC play. Looking at tonight's opponent, Northrop, what do you know about this year's Bruins team?
Well, they're very dangerous. They have all their players back now. They started off the season 1-6, and Pettis, who is the player that's coming back from last year, one of their better players, was out for those games. Since then, they were 7-3 and playing pretty good basketball. So, we're going to have to be able to compete at a high level. We have some, sicknesses and injuries still with Kruger and Archibald. They're both out tonight, and anytime you have a couple players out, you have to expect those other players to step up and take their points, take their minutes, and be able to play at a high level. So that's what we're hoping that's going to happen tonight.
And you mentioned Quaylen Pettis, their top player coming back this year. He's a big athletic guard. How do you plan to stop him tonight?
Well, it's going to be difficult. I mean, that was Archibald's man that we talked about all week, and then he came down with the flu last night and is out today to where he was not in school. So, it's going to be, by committee and try to figure out how we can stop him. But, he's a strong physical kid. We're going to have to make him shoot from out and not get easy buckets around the basket.
Finally, Coach, and get a few keys to Homestead Spartan victory.
Well, again, take care of the basketball. We've got to make sure that we get quality shots in the offensive end and then defensively keep them out of the lane.
All right, Coach, thanks and good luck. We'll be back with more of the Homestead basketball pregame show leading up tip-off of tonight's game. It's Homestead and Northrop right here on your Spartan Sports Source, the Point 91 FM.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco's specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for delivery or carry out by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
And now let's head back out to the gymnasium for more Homestead Spartan boys basketball right here on the Point 91 FM.
Welcome back live to Homestead for this matchup between the Homestead Spartans and Northrop Bruins. I'm Donnie Harmon alongside Braden Carroll. We'll be joined by Matt Southrank and Ashton Hackman a little later on. Right now, we'll continue on in this Costa Ristorante pregame show. Braden, looking at Northrop, what can we expect to see from the Bruins?
Well, the most effective player on a struggling Bruins squad that we can expect to see a lot of is 6'4" senior Quaylen Pettis. He is an athletic star for the Bruins, whose ability to run circles around defenses have given Northrop the power they need to get out a solid season. Outside the huddle.net ranked him the number 8 player in the area, saying he is a strong player, and his ability, his court vision, his ball handling just makes him an incredible player and a tough one to stop.
And at this stage, every conference game is crucial. Homestead cannot afford to lose another game.
Yeah, not anymore they can. That heartbreaking loss to John Barnes Jr. and the Snyder Panthers means that Homestead needs to win out in the SAC and cannot afford to stumble, because if they do, Lures, Carroll, and Snyder all have to lose with them, which just won't happen. I mean, they need to win out, and Snyder needs to lose at least one in the process for Homestead to capture the SAC after Homestead lost to the Panthers. I mean, it's a tough task, to say the least, but it's possible as Snyder faces Bishop Lures, a team that also needs to win out on the 14th of February. That'll be a very interesting game, and if Snyder loses that one and Homestead wins out, they'll still be in the race by far.
We're going to take another break, but stay tuned. You're listening to the home of Homestead Spartan basketball, the Point 91 FM.
Homestead athletic coverage on the Point 91 FM is brought to you by
Arby's at Coventry, located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zesto's. Arby's is more than roast beef with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's at Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
Casa Italian Restaurants, family owned and operated since 1977, with 4 Fort Wayne locations: West Jefferson Boulevard, DuPont Road, Parnell Avenue, and Stellhorn Road. Featuring the Casa Burro salad, wood-burning brick oven pizzas, and over 30 pasta selections. Dine in or carry out available, or let Casa cater your next special occasion. Find more information at CasaRestaurants.com or by following Casa on Facebook and Twitter. Casa Italian Restaurants, a proud sponsor of WCYT Sports broadcasts.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco's specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for delivery or carry out by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online.
Thank you, Moe's, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
And now, let's head back out to the gymnasium for more Homestead Spartan boys basketball, right here on the Point 91 FM.
Welcome back to Homestead High School as we get ready for a showdown between Homestead and Northrop. I'm Donnie Harmon, now joined by Matt Sal-Frank, continuing on in the Casa Restaurante pregame show. Matt, looking around the area in the conference, obviously the game of the night, Snyder-Carroll.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams tied at the top of the SAC, 4-1, and the loser of this probably eliminated from contention in terms of winning the SAC down the road. I would like to see Carroll win this one based on Snyder beating Homestead 2 times earlier on this season, but if Snyder plays well enough, they're a very inconsistent team. If they play well enough, they're definitely one of the best teams in the area, so it'll be interesting to see which Snyder team shows up tonight. I think Carroll more consistent, but I think I'm going to take Carroll in that one. Playing at home should be a pretty good game.
I think I'll take Carroll as well at home. It's going to be a very tough matchup. In 3 other games, Northside at Concordia, Southside Bishop Dwenger, Wayne at Bishop Luers. Which of these games stand out to you?
I like that Northside at Concordia matchup we saw last Friday night. Homestead only beat Northside by 19 points. A lot of threes from the Legends kept them in the game. Concordia, not the greatest team in the SAC. I believe Northside, they haven't won a conference game yet. Concordia in the middle of the pack towards the bottom or so. That one should be a very close matchup. Southside at Bishop Dwenger should also be very good. The Archers are really struggling right now in the season, something like 4-8 on the season. Dwenger nearly pulled off what would have probably been the biggest upset in the area in the season. They almost beat Blackhawk Christian earlier this week. So Southside at Bishop Dwenger, I could really see either of those teams winning that one. And then Wayne at Bishop Luers, this is one that probably should be a blowout, but Wayne, they have some weapons on the outside. You never know. Bishop Luers, they're also tied for first in the conference right now. It's them, Homestead, and Snyder-Carroll. So we could have 3 teams tied at 5-1 after tonight.
Looking at tonight's starting lineups for Homestead, still no Zach Kruger. Jake Archwell not playing tonight as well. Coach Johnson said he's been dealing with some illness, so he's not playing tonight for Homestead in the backcourt. It'll be Luke Goody, the 6'6" junior guard forward. Team's leading scorer, rebounder, also in the backcourt, senior Patrick Rodenbush and junior Grant Simmons. And then in the front court for Homestead, it'll be the 6'5" sophomore Andrew Leeper and the 6'4" senior Alec Rinsfelder. Looking at Northrop in the backcourt, it'll be the 5'11" senior guard Elijah Fincher. Also in the backcourt, you have their star Quaylen Pettis, a 6'4" combo guard forward. Excellent player. And then also 6'5" Kamani Smith. And then in the front court, you have Taquay White, the 6'3" senior, and then the 6'7" senior center, Devin Bainey. Matt, who are some players to keep an eye on?
I think Devin Bainey is a player to watch out for on this Northrop Bruin team. 6'7", one of the tallest players out there on the court at all times. A very big player, nowhere near Sidney Curry's level from the Bruins a season ago, but still a very good player. And then for Homestead, Luke Goody, he has to have a great game tonight with a lot of players out for Homestead. Archbold and Zach Kruger. It's going to be really tough to balance the scoring around. So Goody and Grant Simmons as well, they both need to put up some pretty decent games scoring the ball.
We are going to take a break for the national anthem, but stay tuned. Actually, no national anthem earlier. My bad there. Matt, what are some keys for this game?
Well, starting off with Homestead, they have to take care of the ball. They averaged 10.5 turnovers per game last Saturday against Lawrence North. They didn't turn the ball over a ton, and they still lost, but they have to take care of the ball. Northrop, a very fast team. They like to play with a fast pace, make you catch up on the other end, and obviously we know about Homestead. They like to slow it down, make teams adjust to their own pace, so it's going to be interesting to see whether this is a fast pace or slow pace game based on these teams pretty much polar opposites. I think for Homestead, like I said, balance is scoring around Luke Goody and Grant Simmons. They both need to have good games. Andrew Leeper, he put up 23 points last Friday night against Northside, although Northside, I don't think quite on the same level as Northrop. We'll see if he's able to do anything. Patrick Roundbush, he's going to need to hit some threes tonight for the Spartans, and obviously Alec Grinsfelder averages over 10 points per game, one of the best rebounders and defenders on this team. He needs to have a good game as well. If Homestead, this is definitely not a lock to win this one with a lot of players out. You never know what could happen tonight.
And since starting 1-6 this Northrop team, now 8-9, they've been playing much better basketball. Don't believe they had Quaylen Pettis at the start of the year. He's a big impact player.
Yeah, Quaylen Pettis, one of the best players in the area, 6'4", senior guard / forward, a very good player on the football team, was out with an injury towards the start of the season for the basketball season. 8-9 overall, but you mentioned they went 1-6 to start the year. The Bruins playing pretty good as of recently, only 2-3 in the SAC. That record doesn't include beating the Wayne Generals in the SAC Holiday Tournament when Wayne was the #1 overall seed. They also beat Wayne, I believe, in one of the recent SAC games in the regular season. But this Northrop team, the record isn't great, 8-9, but they're much better than the record shows.
Homestead, Northrop getting set for this matchup. Obviously, it hurts Homestead, no Jake Archwell tonight. He would be playing defense against Quaylen Pettis.
Yeah, the defense definitely hurts, or the lack of defense definitely hurts. No Jake Archbold tonight. No Zach Kruger as well, one of the best scorers in the area. It's going to be a tough game for Homestead. Northrop, like I said, only 8-9 on the season, but this is definitely not an easy win for Homestead considering how many players they have out.
Homestead sits at 4-1 in conference, a four-way tie between Homestead, Carroll, Bishop, Lures, and Snyder right now. 4 teams at 4-1. Homestead looking to get another big conference win against the Northrop Bruins team that beat the Spartans last year in overtime. Northrop doesn't have Sidney Curry anymore, but they're not going to back down from a fight. 32 minutes to go. We'll see who the winner is. Homestead, Northrop set to do battle.
Should be a pretty good game tonight.
Should be. Grinsfelder, Bainey to tip. As we're set for this SAC conference clash. Tip-off controlled by Northrop. Fincher in the backcourt across the timeline now. At the logo, Fincher over to Smith, left side. Fincher now between the rings, screen from Bainey up top, dribbles to the right wing, dishes to Smith, cross-court Pettis now, left wing White. Between the circles now, Pettis gets the screen from Bainey at the right elbow, dishes back out to White. Left side Smith, left corner now Fincher. Cross-court to Bainey at the top of the key, handoff to White, right elbow jumper off the front of the rim, no, tipped out by Bainey and controlled by Pettis. Second chance for Northrop. Pettis takes it into the lane, floater off the rim. No, Rodenbush the rebound. Homestead with it, 7:20 left in the first, 0-0 ball game. First possession for the Spartans. Goody with it as the point guard. Dribbles in, left elbow, spins around, fadeaway jumper off the right side of the rim. Grinsfelder tracks down the offensive rebound. Out to Simmons now between the circles. To Grinsfelder right side. Back to Simmons. Goody now left wing, 7 minutes left in the first. Goody dishes to Simmons underneath the basket, layup, no. Bainey, the rebound, Bruins with it, 6:50 left in the first, still scoreless. Northrop pushing his Fincher across half court, left side now gets the screen from Bainey, top of the key, handoff to Pettis. Left elbow now, floater up and in. Quaylen Pettis, the first basket of the game. Northrop leads 2-0, 6:38 left in the first, Homestead ball. Goody across half court. With it left side. Inside to Grinsfelder, left block. Pump fake shot off the glass, up and in. Alec Grinsfelder, the first basket for Homestead. We're knotted up at 2, 6:20 left in the first. Fincher across the timeline now for the Bruins. Left side, it's Smith. Back out Fincher. Gets the screen from Bainey, dribbles to the right wing, guarded by Simmons. Fincher picks up his dribble, and now Pettis. Guarded by Rodenbush, right side. Back over to Fincher on the right wing. 6 minutes left in the first, 2-2 ball game. Fincher right side, gets the screen from Bainey, top of the key now. Over to Pettis, top of the key, 3. In and out, Grinsfelder the rebound, Homestead with it, 5:48 left in the first, 2-2. Other end, Rodenbush left corner, down low, Leaper underneath the basket, dishes to Grinsfelder, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Kamani Smith, it'll stay with Homestead, 5:43 left in the first, still tied at 2.
So far, a great game from both teams, very aggressive early on.
Simmons to inbound underneath the basket for Homestead. Gets into Goody left corner, pump fakes, takes a 3. No good. Leaper offensive rebound, put back up, no, but a foul. Andrew Leaper putting in the work on the glass. He'll be rewarded with a trip to the line. It's Homestead. Northrop tied at 2, 5:37 left in the first.
Andrew Leaper, a great story towards the start of the season. Was only getting minutes in the blowouts, but with a lot of absences on the Homestead starting roster, he's getting the start tonight against Northrop, and he's playing well the past few weeks.
Second free throw coming for Leaper. First was no good. Looking to give Homestead the early advantage. Can't do so. Second short. 2-2 still, 5:35 left in the first. Northrop other end, Fincher in the left corner. Dribbles back out to the timeline, handoff to Pettis now. Northrop looking to reclaim the lead, 5:25 left in the first. Pettis left wing, dribbles in left block out to White left corner, takes it into the paint, floater up and in to Quay White. His first basket, Northrop up 4-2, 5:15 left in the first. Homestead ball, Goody across half court, Simmons left sideline now. Goody in the left corner, down low, Grinsfelder left block, posting up to Quay White. Out to Rodenbush, right side, a 3-ball, no good. Rebound pulled down by Smith, Northrop pushing other end. Pettis on the right wing, spins around, Goody, right baseline jumper. No good. Rebound pulled down by Goody. Homestead with it, 4:50 left in the first. Pass down court for Leaper, tipped out of bounds by Bainey. It'll stay with Homestead, 4:51 left in the first. Spartans down 4-2.
So far early on, Northrop looking like the better team, attacking the basket. Homestead playing a little bit sloppy.
Spartans struggling on offense early, just 2 points. Approaching halfway through the first quarter. Homestead with it, Rodenbush right side, Simmons now right wing. Right elbow, Leaper dumps it down for Grinsfelder. Pass knocked off the backboard. Northrop to steal, other end, Pettis. Dishes to Fincher, right corner, takes it in on Simmons. Over to Bainey, left elbow jumper, no good. Goody the rebound, Homestead with it, 4:30 left in the first, down 2. Spartans just 2 points on the game. Goody gets a screen from Leaper, top of the key, takes it in right elbow out to Grinsfelder. Right corner back to Goody, right side, gets the screen from Grinsfelder, right wing. Simmons now at the logo, 4:18 left in the first. Rodenbush on the left wing, out to Leaper, out to Grinsfelder beyond the arc. Goody now with it between the circles, Homestead down by 2. Leaper left wing, handoff to Goody. Grinsfelder left side, now back to Goody, pump fakes, dishes to Grinsfelder down low, loses it, gets it back. Little baby hook shot short. Rebound by Pettis. Northrop with it. 3:55 left in the first, up 4-2. Other end, Pettis dishes to Smith. Right side 3. Too strong. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Devin Bainey. It'll go to Homestead. 3:49 left in the first. Spartans down 4-2. Nick Haynes in for Northrop. Elijah Fincher takes a seat. Homestead just 2 points so far as Caleb Colpine. Quinn Harmon check in for Homestead. Patrick Rodenbush takes a seat. Actually, Quinn Harmon takes a seat. Andrew Leaper heads to the bench. Harmon out there. 3:49 left in the first. Homestead down 4-2, struggling on offense early. Inbound to Simmons, back to Harmon. He'll run the point for Homestead. Across the timeline now, passes to Goody right side. Driving in on Pettis, free throw line, loses it. Simmons recovers left corner, back to Goody left wing. Pump fakes, drives in, dishes to Grinsfelder, over to Colpine, right block. Back out Goody, up top 3. Too strong, rebound. Pulled down by Smith. Northrop with it up 2, 3:25 left in the first. Smith at the free throw line, out to White. Pettis now right side. Top of the key, Pettis. 4-2 Northrop, 3:15 left in the first. White back to Pettis between the rings now. Dishes over to Smith on the right wing. Screen from White. Smith top of the key, driving in on Goody. Left elbow out to Haynes. Left elbow back to Smith. Left corner, drives baseline. Shot up, deflected by Goody. Offensive rebound. Bainey is put back, an air ball. Simmons pulls down the board. It's Homestead ball. 2:55 left in the first, down 4-2. Simmons top of the key, wide open for 3. No good. Homestead still struggling. Rebound pulled down by Grinsfelder. A second chance for the Spartans is put back, blocked away by Bainey. Pettis now with it for Northrop, up 4-2, 2:38 left in the first. Pettis other end, dishes to White left side, left corner now Smith. Northrop 4-2, 2:30 left in the first. Homestead really struggling. Northrop struggling as well on offense. Cross court to Bainey, right elbow, back out to Pettis. Drives in on Colpine, step back into the corner. Smith right side, Haynes now left side. White in the left corner, guarded by Goody, back out to Haynes between the circles. Screen from Bainey. White over to Smith now, left side, it's Pettis. Back to White. Bainey free throw line, handoff back out to Smith, drives in on Simmons, baseline cut off by Grinsfelder. Out beyond the arc now, Pettis right side, 2 minutes left in the first, Northrop up 2. Pettis free throw line, steps back beyond the arc, right elbow in, layup off the glass, up and in. Quaylen Pettis gives Northrop the 6-2 lead, 1:50 left in the first. Grinsfelder right side for the Spartans on the right wing, handoff to Harmon. It's a screen from Grinsfelder, Simmons left side now. Up top, Goody, left elbow, drives in on Pettis into the paint. Goody, shot off the glass, up and in. Luke Goody's first basket. Homestead trails 6-4, 1:30 left in the first. Pettis up the court for the Bruins, across the timeline now. Smith on the right wing, jab step on Goody, back out to Pettis at the Spartan logo. 1:20 left in the first. Northrop holding on to a 6-4 advantage. It's been a low-scoring ball game to say the least. Pettis hands off to Smith, dribbles around right side. Passes inside White, right block, shot off the glass, too strong. Rebound pulled down by Grinsfelder. Homestead with it, 1:05 left in the first, down by 2. Goody for the Spartans, left side, top of the key, steps back. Dishes to Simmons, right wing, he takes it into the lane. Pass too strong for Grinsfelder, tipped out of bounds. They'll go to Northrop, 56 seconds left in the first. Bruins up 6-4. Jaden Billingsley in for Northrop, along with Tanoa Ridley as Devin Bainey and Quaylen Pettis check out. Andrew Leeper back in for Homestead, along with Patrick Rodenbush as Alec Grinsfelder. Grant Simmons take his seat. Bruins ball, 56 seconds left in the first.
Both teams really struggling to shoot the ball in this first quarter. Homestead only 4 points in about 7 minutes.
Ridley up the court for the Bruins, dribbles right side, handoff to Smith, takes it in on Rodenbush into the paint. Layup up, in and out. Goody the rebound. Homestead pushing it out the end. Harmon wasn't ready for the pass from Goody, stolen away by Haynes for the Bruins. 35 seconds left in the first. Northrop up 6-4. Nick Haynes dribbling left side. Bruins perhaps holding for the final shot. Haynes at the logo, passes over to Ridley, right side now at the logo. 20 seconds left in the first. Ridley just dribbling it out. We know Northrop not afraid to eat some time and hold for the final shot. Ridley right side, 10 seconds left in the first. Bruins up 6-4. Ridley dishes out to Smith, left corner, 5 seconds, drives baseline on Rodenbush. Layup blocked, but a foul called on Homestead. Foul going against Patrick Rodenbush. 2 free throws coming for Kamani Smith. 5 seconds left in the first. Northrop up 6-4.
Yeah, 10 combined points so far in about 7:55 of game time. Both teams not really playing the greatest right now.
First free throw from Smith, up and in. His first point of the game. Northrop up 7-4, 5 seconds left in the first. Hasn't been a good offensive performance for the Spartans, to say the least. Second free throw from Smith, that's good. Homestead down 8-4, 5 seconds left in the first. Northrop in a press. Rodenbush inbounds to Kolping, 4 seconds, 3 across half court, 2 seconds. Leeper right wing, 3 at the buzzer, yes! Andrew Leeper hits the shot. Homestead at the end of one trails 8-7, and we'll go down to our sideline correspondent Ashton Hack, who's with Coach Chris Johnson.
All right, thank you, Donnie. I'm joined with head coach Chris Johnson. And Coach, off to a bit of a tough start. We've seen some open shots just not going in. What does your team need to do to put some points on the board?
Well, we're struggling offensively. Defensively, I think we're doing a good job, but we're just struggling hitting shots, so hopefully we can get that taken care of.
All right, thank you, Coach. Donnie, back to you.
Thank you, Ashton. At the end of the first quarter, Homestead down 8-7. Big shot from Andrew Leeper to give the Spartans some momentum heading into the second quarter, though.
Yeah, definitely Homestead. Probably one of the worst quarters of the season in terms of scoring the ball. They had 2 points for about 6.5 minutes. Were able to put up 5, and really the last minute and a half or so, the Spartans, they played well in the final 90 seconds of that first quarter, but both teams really struggling to shoot the ball from the field. If you're Homestead and head coach Chris Johnson, you got to be happy being down by only 1 point, considering how poorly the team shot the ball. But the same can be said from the other side. Northrop, they didn't really play the greatest either. Both teams missed a lot of open shots, a lot of shots right underneath the basket and around the rim. Very evenly matched up game so far. Hopefully the offense picks up a bit in this second quarter.
Homestead down 8-7 at the start of the second quarter. Spartans head out there with Harmon, Leeper, Kolping, Rodenbush, and Goody on the court. Bruins with Pettis, Ridley, Haynes, Bainey, and Billingsley. It'll be Spartans ball to open the second quarter, looking to gain the lead for the first time. Rodenbush inbound goes to Kolping across the midcourt stripe. Down low, Leaper, right baseline jumper, and he gives Homestead the lead. Andrew Leaper, back-to-back baskets. Homestead up on top, 9-8, 7:50 left in the second quarter. Right corner, Billingsley driving into the paint, dishes to Haynes, left corner three. Bang! Nick Haynes from downtown puts Northrop right back up on top. It's 11-9, Bruins, Homestead ball, 7:35 left in the second. Goody left wing takes a screen from Leaper. Passes over to Rodenbush, right wing. Leaper now top of the key, Harmon left wing. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Kolping now, left elbow, takes it to the basket. Kolping pump fakes. And I believe a travel called on Caleb Kolping, dragged his pivot foot. And it'll go to Northrop, 7:22 left in the second. Bruins up 11-9.
All ready to start the second quarter. Both teams with a couple baskets early on. The offense definitely picked up.
Pettis up the court across the timeline now. Haynes right wing. Hit three last possession, dishes now over to Ridley. Left wing, Pettis takes a screen from Billingsley. Left wing crosses over on Goody, left elbow now on the baseline. Backs it back out, dishes to Haynes, left wing. Guarded by Harmon, spins around him. Dribbles now up top. Ridley driving in on Kolping. Right elbow, crosses over, layup off the glass, rims around, doesn't fall. Bainey offensive rebound, put back, no. Goody pulls down the board for Homestead, 6:48 left in the second. Homestead down 11-9. Goody left side. Drives to the basket, goes up and lays it in. Uncontested, Luke Goody for two. Homestead ties things up at 11, 6:35 left in the second. Northrop ball. Pettis, cross-court pass to Ridley now on the left wing. Billingsley, top of the key, in on Goody. Haynes now takes a screen from Billingsley. Left side to Pettis between the circles. Right wing, drives to the basket, layup off the glass, and one. Waylon Pettis, strong finish at the rim, puts Northrop on top, 13-11, 6:21 left in the second.
Pettis 6 points already for the Northrop Bruins. The second quarter pace just changed dramatically compared to the first. Both teams being very aggressive and actually knocking down some shots now.
Grant Simmons, Alec Grinsfelder into the game. Quinn Harmon, Caleb Kolping to the bench. 6:21 left in the second. Homestead down 13-11 to Northrop. One free throw coming for Pettis. Free throw up and good. 7 points for him. Northrop up 13-11, 6:21 left in the second. Spartans ball. Grinsfelder in the backcourt across the timeline now. Guarded by White. Hands off to Goody now, right sideline. Takes a screen from Leaper, top of the key, drives in. Left elbow spins around out to Simmons. Between the circles, Simmons over to Goody, left wing. Pump fakes, gets it knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Quaylen Pettis. He'll stay with Homestead, 6:02 left in the second. Spartans down 14-11.
This Homestead team in need of a big basket. Struggling shooting the ball from both inside and outside.
Spartans ball, Rodenbush to inbound on the left sideline. To Simmons, left corner, takes a three. Too strong, Leaper the offensive rebound, back out to Goody, right wing. To Leaper, right corner. Up top, Simmons now driving in on Ridley, layup up, no. Tipped around, a fight for it, and Grinsfelder pulls it down to Goody, top of the key three, bang! Luke Goody from downtown knots things up. 14 apiece, 5:40 left in the second. Northrop ball. Pettis across half court now. At the logo. Quaylen Pettis, 7 points. He and Luke Goody leading the game in scoring. 5:25 left in the second. We're tied 14. Ridley drives into the free throw line. Wild floater. Ricochets off the backboard. Homestead now with it. Goody pushing other end. Dishes to Simmons. Left wing three. He buries it. Grant Simmons hits the three to put Homestead up on top. 17-14. 5:08 left in the second. Pettis now up top, gets the screen from Bainey. Top of the key over to Haynes, left wing, guarded by Simmons. Pass to White up top. Pettis now right side. Top of the key, Pettis steps into a three and buries it. Quaylen Pettis up into double digits now. We're tied at 17, 4:47 left in the second. Spartans ball. Simmons gets a screen from Leaper, now left wing. Over to Goody, pump fakes, drives to the left corner, out to Simmons, takes a three. Bullseye! Grant Simmons from downtown. Homestead up 20-17, 4:30 left in the second. Northrop ball. Pettis left side, handoff to Haynes now. Bruins looking to get a basket here or tie it up with three. Ridley drives into the paint, into a double team and draws the foul on the shot. This one I think will go against Alec Grinsfelder. And it'll send to Noah Ridley to the line for two free throws. 4:20 left in the second. Homestead up 20-17.
Homestead put up 7 points in the first quarter. It's 8 minutes of game time, and not even a full 4 minutes yet. Homestead, they've already put up 13 here in the second quarter. The outside shooting has improved a lot thanks to Grant Simmons and Luke Goody.
First free throw from Ridley, up and in. Northrop still perfect at the line. Into the game for Northrop, Kamani Smith. Nick Haynes takes a seat. 4:20 left in the second. Homestead up 20-18. Second free throw for Tanoa Ridley. Up and in. Substitution. Jaden Schmenk checks in for Northrop. Tanoa Ridley to the bench. Homestead ball, 4:20 left in the second. Spartans up 20-19. Inbound to Leaper, back to Rodenbush. He'll take it up the court for the Spartans. Across the timeline now, Goody, left side. Gets a screen from Leaper on the left wing. Top of the key over to Grinsfelder. Right baseline, driving on White, posting up right block. His pass out to Leaper, deflected, but Leaper able to corral it. Backs it out to the logo for the Spartans. Hand off to Goody now, 4 minutes left in the second. Spartans up 1. Grinsfelder left block, posting up White. Pivots, back out to Simmons. Left side over to Goody now. Between the circles, Grinsfelder left wing. Guarded by Bainey. 3:45 left in the second. Spartans up 1 as Grinsfelder takes into the paint. Floater off the glass, wide of the rim. Fight for the rebound, controlled by Bainey. Northrop with it. Schmenk to Pettis. Over to Smith in the left corner, guarded by Goody. 3:30 left in the second. Spartans up 20-19. Pettis top of the key, gets a screen from Bainey. Drives in on Rodenbush. Pass deflected out of bounds. The last touch by Northrop. And it'll go to Homestead. 3:24 left in the second. Spartans up by 1.
Homestead playing a lot better in the second quarter on both sides of the ball.
Rodenbush inbounds to Leaper. He'll take it up for the Spartans. Across the timeline. Leaper top of the key. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Goody left side. Screen from Leaper. Goody dribbles to the top of the key, takes it in. Free throw line, step back. Jay, it's good. They'll call it a 2 from Luke Goody. Homestead up by 3. 22-19, 3 minutes left in the second. Pettis right side, passes over to Smith. Screen from Bainey on the right wing. White to Pettis, to Bainey. To Schmenk, right wing. Out to White, top of the key, left side. Smith. Pivots, dishes to Bainey. Handoff to Pettis, free throw line, spins around Rodenbush. In the paint, passes out to Smith now. 2:37 left in the second. Homestead up 22-19. Pettis right side, timeout called by Northrop. Coach Rod Campbell looking to talk things over. Matt Homestead looking much better this second quarter.
Yeah, Homestead definitely playing a lot better, knocking down a lot more shots. Luke Goody up to 9 points now for the Spartans. Grant Simmons, he has 6 on a pair of three-pointers. Andrew Leaper, can't forget about his buzzer beater to end that first quarter. That was a huge momentum shift. Homestead, they were down by 4, but with that 3, only down by 1 heading in to the second quarter. Homestead put up 15 points and counting in the second period of action. Overall, Homestead is playing a lot better and looking a lot like how they usually do.
Homestead up 22-19, 2:34 left in the second. The absence of Jake Archibald hurting on the defensive end right now as he would be guarding Quaylen Pettis, who has 10 points on the Spartans.
Yeah, Jake Archibald, one of the most underrated defenders in the area. Just ask Jeffrey Becker. But Homestead right now up by 3 points. They're playing a lot better in the second quarter.
Homestead up 22-19, 2:34 left in the second. Northrop ball out of the timeout. White inbounds it to Schmenk. Cross half court now between the circles. Dribbles to the right wing. Picks up his dribble into the paint. White posting up Leaper, draws the double shot off the glass. No, Bainey offensive rebound, put back up and in. Devin Bainey, his first basket, the 6'7" senior. Homestead up 22-21, still 2:15 left in the second. Spartans ball. Goody across half court left side, gets a screen from Leaper. Dribbles around to the free throw line, dishes to Simmons, right wing 3. No good, rebound by Bainey. Northrop with it, 2 minutes left in the second, down by 1, chance to take the lead. Pettis right side, dribbles in free throw line to the basket. Pettis gets his shot blocked out of bounds by Alec Grinsfelder. It'll stay with Northrop. 1:55 left in the second. Spartans still up 22-21.
Great defense right there by Alec Grinsfelder. No foul.
Inbound to Bainey, out to Schmenk now. Left corner, Pettis drives in on Rodenbush into the paint. Loses the ball, gets it back out to Schmenk. He drives in, floater off the glass, up and in. Jaden Schmenk gives Northrop the 23-22 lead, 1:40 left in the second. Homestead ball, Goody across half court now. Spartans down by 1, having a tough outing against the Bruins. Goody, screen from Leaper, lobs it over to Simmons, right wing. Grinsfelder, free throw line. Over to Goody, right wing. Finds a cutting Simmons underneath the basket, up and under, layup, up and in. Grant Simmons with 8 points. Homestead back up on top. 24-23, 1:15 left in the second. Pettis, top of the key, dribbles to the left elbow. Back out to White. Schmenk, free throw line, drives into the paint, dishes to Bainey underneath the basket. He lays it in. Great ball movement in Northrop. Back on top, 25-24, 1 minute left in the second quarter. Spartans ball, Goody across half court now, left side. Homestead maybe not anticipating this tough of a fight from Northrop. Left wing gets the screen from Leaper. It's Goody. Back over to Leaper now. Left baseline, loses the ball, gets it back. Left corner passes out to Grinsfelder. Simmons right wing into the paint. Up and under, layup off the glass. No, but a foul called. Grant Simmons will head to the line for 2 free throws. 73% free throw shooter on the year.
Grant Simmons didn't do a whole lot in terms of scoring the ball in the first quarter, but he has 8 points overall now for the game at the free throw line.
40 seconds left in the second. Northrop up 25-24. Simmons' first free throw ties things up at 25 apiece. 9 points for Simmons, 9 for Goody as well. Fincher and Ridley back into the game for Northrop. Schmenk and Bainey take a seat. 40 seconds left in the second quarter. Homestead Northrop tied at 25. Second free throw coming for Grant Simmons. That one's up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Pettis. Bruins ball. Waylon Pettis will take it up the court. 10 points on the game. Lobs it to the right corner for Ridley. His pass deflected away by Simmons. Rodenbush steals it. Homestead other end. 25 seconds to Simmons underneath the basket. Reverse layup in and out. Rebound pulled down by Ridley. Other end for Northrop. 18 seconds into the paint. Layup up and in to Noah Ridley. The 2. Northrop up by 2. 10 seconds left in the second. Homestead ball. Goody, 7 seconds across half court. 5 seconds, top of the key. Goody puts it behind his back, left elbow, step back, Jay. In and out, Simmons tipping at the buzzer. No, at the end of the first half, your score is Northrop 27, Homestead 25. Bruins up by 2 at the break.
You're watching Homestead High School Media, your source for Spartan athletics.
I am joined once again with head coach Chris Johnson. Coach, offense holding on this second quarter. What are you going to tell the team at halftime to come off with a conference victory tonight?
Now we got to keep them out of the paint as far as their penetration. Make sure we're giving them only one shot. And then offensively, we did a lot better in the second half, but we're giving them some 8 points.
All right, thank you, Coach. Donnie, back to you.
Thank you, Ash. And at halftime, Homestead down 27 to 25. Now, what are your takeaways from that first half of play?
Definitely a tale of 2 quarters. In that first period of action, 15 total points scored between both teams. Northrop led 8 to 7. And in that second quarter, Northrop outscored Homestead 19 to 18. So the offense has definitely picked up a lot in that second quarter, but very back and forth game the entire way. There were moments where it looked like Homestead may be able to pull away.
seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. The Spartans are state champions for the first time in school history. McLaughlin the rebound, the clock hits 0. The Spartans are state champions.
Homestead will win the victory bell for the first time in school history.
Goody to the basket, goes up and throws it down. Boom shakalaka, big another SAC Holiday Tournament crown.
You're watching Homestead High School Media, your source for Spartan athletics.
We'll be there. We stand strong, united. Stand with us in caring for our veterans.
And now let's head back out to the gymnasium for more Homestead Spartan boys basketball right here on the Point 91 FM.
Welcome back to Homestead High School. We're at halftime of tonight's SAC Conference Showdown between the Homestead Spartans and Northrop Bruins. At the break, Northrop up 27-25 over Homestead. Matt, what are the Spartans going to have to do differently in the second half to come out on top?
I think they're going to need to find some more scoring options on the offensive end. Luke Goody and Grant Simmons, they've been great for Homestead in the first half. Alec Grinsfelder, only 2 points, however, missed a few shots underneath the basket. Haven't been able to finish like he usually does. Patrick Raudenbush, normally a great three-point shooter, 45.7% beyond the arc on the season. He hasn't scored yet. Andrew Leeper had back-to-back baskets, three-pointer to end the first quarter, then a basket to start the second quarter, but he only has 5 points. Those two baskets, the only time that he scored this game. So obviously Luke Goody, Grant Simmons need to keep scoring for the Spartans if they want to stay in this one, because it seems like the Homestead defense, they didn't have much of an answer for Northrop in that second quarter, giving up 19 points after giving up just 8 in the first quarter.
Homestead down 27-25. Northrop looking like a really tough team right now. We'll take one more quick break. We'll be back for the start of the second half here. So stay tuned. You're listening to the Point 91 FM.
Homestead athletic coverage on the Point 91 FM is brought to you by
Arby's of Coventry, located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zesto's. Arby's is more than roast beef, with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, and chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's of Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
Casa Italian Restaurants, family owned and operated since 1977, with 4 Fort Wayne locations: West Jefferson Boulevard, DuPont Road, Parnell Avenue, and Stellhorn Road. Featuring the Casa Burro salad, wood-burning brick oven pizzas, and over 30 pasta selections. Dine-in or carry-out available, or let Casa cater your next special occasion. Find more information at CasaRestaurants.com or by following Casa on Facebook and Twitter. Casa Italian Restaurants, a proud sponsor of WCYT Sports broadcasts.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Moe's Southwest Grill, located at 6739 West Jefferson Boulevard, next to Dunkin' Donuts Baskin Robbins. You can contact Moe's by calling 969-MOE's, or for catering, that number is 969-EATS. Moe's specializes in Southwestern foods like burritos, tacos, and nachos with no microwaves or freezers. You can visit Moe's online at moes.com. Thank you, Moe's, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead athletic coverage on our station.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco's specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for delivery or carry out by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
We all come together
and stand together to serve our veterans. We invest in the latest technology.
We take the time to train the next generation of doctors and nurses. We work together to make sure we heal their bodies and their minds.
This is our mission. More than 300,000 of us working as one, together with families and loved ones. No matter where they live in this country, we'll be there.
We stand strong, united. Stand with us in caring for our veterans.
And now let's head back out to the gymnasium for more Homestead Spartan boys basketball right here on the Point 91 FM.
Welcome back to Homestead High School. We're about to get set with the second half of action between Homestead and Northrop. At the break, Northrop up 27-25. Homestead looking to avoid suffering a crucial second loss in the conference out, essentially eliminate their chances of winning the SAC.
Yeah, if Homestead loses this game, they have no chance to win the SAC. Even if Snyder does lose to Carroll, they're currently up by 3 points at the end of the first quarter, 12-9. Snyder still has the head-to-head advantage, so unless there's a three-way tie at 7-2 like last year, Homestead is pretty much a must-win conference game for them.
Both teams starting lineups on the floor. Northrop ball to start the second half. Fincher right side. White now, handoff to Pettis, top of the key, over to Bainey. Smith dribbles in, free throw line, pump fakes, drags pivot foot. Gets it over to Pettis now. Steps back in the right corner. Smith right side, back to Pettis. Back over to Smith now. Gets a screen from Bainey, back to Pettis. Fincher right side, right corner, White. Fincher now top of the key, gets the screen from Bainey, left elbow out to White. Pettis right side. Northrop taking their time this first possession, 7:20 left in the third, up 2. Pettis spins around Grinsfelder in the mid-range to Fincher, into the paint, floater blocked away by Simmons, gets his miss back out to Smith now, top of the key, dribbles in on Goody, White right corner three, an air ball too strong. Grinsfelder pulls down the board, Homestead with it, 7 minutes left in the third. Homestead down 27-25. Other end, Leaper left wing, out to Goody now, cross court, Rodenbush right side. Right wing, into Simmons, right block, posting up the smaller Fincher, spins around him, can't get his shot off the glass, offensive rebound, put back up, no, but a foul. Grant Simmons missed an opportunity he normally connects on, but he'll still get a chance to go to the line. Simmons, over 70% on two-point field goals this year.
Love the effort there by Homestead's Grant Simmons. Wasn't able to get the shots to go underneath the basket a few times, but kept with it, and now is a chance to knock or get some points at the free throw line.
First free throw from Simmons, in and out. He's had some struggles at the free throw line lately. Homestead down 27-25, 6:47 left in the third.
Score update, Snyder now up by 8 points, 17-9 over Carroll in the second quarter.
Second free throw coming for Simmons. This one up and in. Grant Simmons, 10 points for Spartan in double figures. Northrop other end. Fincher right corner takes a three. Too strong. Bainey the offensive rebound. Passes out to Pettis. Left corner with it. Top of the key. White dribbles in on Leaper. Shot off the glass. Too strong. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Northrop, they'll say. It'll go to Homestead. 6:32 left in the third. Bruins up 27-26. Rodenbush to inbound. Gets it into Goody. In the backcourt, 6:30 left in the third. Spartans down one, looking to reclaim the lead. Goody cross half court to Simmons, the left side. Dribbles to the left wing. Leaper now at the logo. Goody right side to Rodenbush. Right corner, takes a three and connects. Patrick Rodenbush from downtown gives Homestead the 29-27 lead. 6:10 left in the third. Northrop ball, Fincher right side to White, top of the key, handoff to Pettis. Gets the screen from right, dribbles in, left elbow back out beyond the arc. Bainey right side, handoff to Smith. Gets the screen from Bainey, steps into a three and sinks it. Kamani Smith from downtown. Northrop back on top, 30-29, 5:50 left in the third. Homestead ball, Goody across half court now with it left side. Guarded by Pettis, cross court to Grinsfelder right side, to Rodenbush right wing. Down low, Leaper, right baseline jumper on Bainey, he connects. Andrew Leaper for two, gives Homestead the 31-30 lead, 5:30 left in the third. Already 3 lead changes this quarter. Northrop ball, Fincher right side, back to Pettis, left wing. Drives in on Rodenbush, spins around, back out to Fincher now. To Pettis, left wing. Fincher now between the rings, gets the screen from Bainey. Right wing drives in on Simmons, dumps to Bainey inside, he lays it up and in. Devin Bainey for two. Northrop up 32-31, 5:05 left in the third. Homestead ball, Goody across half court to Leaper on the right wing. To Simmons, top of the key, takes the three and connects. Grant Simmons from downtown. Homestead up 34-32, 4:50 left in the third. Spartans already 9 points this third quarter. Bruins ball, Fincher left sideline to Bainey, handoff to Pettis now, drives in, right baseline, steps back out to Fincher. Smith back to Fincher, right side, 4:30 left in the third. Spartans up 34-32. Fincher passes to Pettis, left wing, guarded by Rodenbush. Drives in on him, free throw line, floater short off the front of the rim. Ball knocked around, Simmons corrals it for the Spartans. 4:20 left in the third, pass knocked out of bounds, will stay with Homestead. Smith checks out of the game for Northrop to Noah Ridley into the game. Jaden Schmenk in as well as Elijah Fincher heads out. Homestead ball, 4:20 left in the third. Spartans up 34-32. Simmons inbound to Leaper in the backcourt across the timeline now. With it at the top of the key. Passes to Goody, top of the key, guarded by Pettis. Takes the three-pointer. No good. Leaper offensive rebound, loses it. Schmenk able to corral it for the Bruins. They have it down 2 now, 4:05 left in the third. Schmenk, right wing. Over to Ridley, back to Schmenk. White, handoff to Ridley. Bainey up top. Pettis now. Over to White. Handoff to Schmenk, left wing. Jab step, dribbles in. Bainey, top of the key. Over to Ridley, free throw line. Out to White, handoff to Pettis. 3:40 left in the third. Spartans up 34-32. Northrop ball, Pettis in the left corner. Guarded by Rodenbush, passes over to Schmenk now, right side. Ridley, right wing, guarded by Goody. Lobs it over to Bainey, left elbow. Handoff out to Schmenk. Ridley over to Pettis, right corner, White. Over to Bainey, left elbow, handoff to Pettis. Spins around, Grinsfelder at the left elbow. Out to White now, 3:17 left in the third. Spartans up 34-32. Northrop taking their time. Pettis, left wing. Guarded by Rodenbush, steps back, takes a three, in and out. Leaper the rebound, Homestead with it. 3 minutes left in the third. Spartans up by 2. Other end, Rodenbush, right corner. Down to Grinsfelder, right block. Dishes it out to Leaper. Simmons, left corner, three, in and out. Long rebound corralled by Leaper. He gets it knocked away, but gets it back into the paint. Euro step layup, no. Bainey the rebound, Northrop with it. 2:40 left in the third. Spartans up 2. Other end, Pettis, left corner, Schmenk a three. Short off the front of the rim, long rebound out to Rodenbush. 2:35 left in the third. Spartans up 2 with the ball. Goody, top of the key, drives in on Pettis, dishes to Grinsfelder. He lays it in and one. What a feed from Luke Goody to Alec Grinsfelder, who's had one of his more quiet performances, now just 4 points, but a big basket there, 36-32. Homestead advantage, 2:28 left in the third.
It's been back and forth this entire third quarter, very high scoring, big shot after big shot. Homestead finally a 2-possession lead right now. Let's see if Grinsfelder can knock down this free throw. I have a feeling Northrop, they've been able to respond all night. They probably will.
Leaper, Rodenbush head out for Homestead. Colpine, Harmon into the game. Billingsley, Haynes check in for Northrop as Bainey and White take a seat. Free throw coming for Grinsfelder. That's good. Homestead up 37-32, 2:27 left in the third. Northrop ball. Ridley, right wing. Out to Pettis, left side. Now Schmenk. Hand off to Ridley, left wing. Drives in on Goody, hop step in the paint, loses the ball. A scrum for it. Harmon comes up with it. Homestead other end. 2:10 left in the third. Spartans up 37-32. Goody, top of the key, crosses Ridley over. Spins around at the elbow, a floater up and in. Nice move from Luke Goody. He has 11. Homestead up 39-32, 2 minutes left in the third. Bruins other end, trailing the most they have this game. Pettis on the left wing, passes over to Ridley. Left side gets the screen from Billingsley out to Pettis. Right wing spins around Simmons into the paint. Back out to Ridley for three. Bang! To Noah Ridley. The big shot. Cuts Homestead's lead to 4. It's 39-35. Spartans 1:35 left in the third. Homestead ball. Goody across half court now. Left wing. Inside Grinsfelder. Left block shot off the glass. Up and in. Alec Grinsfelder back-to-back baskets. Homestead up 41-35. 1:24 left in the third. Haynes right corner. Out to Pettis, top of the key, handoff, or he keeps it himself. Left wing backs out. Ridley free throw line. Out to Schmenk, right corner, drives in on Colpine. Layup up, blocked away, but a foul called. on Homestead. This one will be called against Caleb Kolping, and they'll send to Noah Ridley to the line for 2 free throws. 1:09 left in the third. Homestead at 41-35.
Homestead, they were able to get it to a 7-point lead at 6 right now, so the Spartans having a bit of separation, but Northrop, they're right there.
Jaden Schmenk at the line for the Bruins. First free throw for him. Good. Northrop hasn't missed at the charity stripe this game. Big reason they're hanging in it. 41-36 Homestead, 1:09 left in the third. Patrick Rodenbush into the game for Homestead. Alec Grinsfelder to the bench. Grinsfelder with 7 points. The second leading scorer for Homestead that's currently playing, Zach Kruger, averages 11.5. He's still out with a back injury for the Spartans. Second free throw coming for the Bruins. Schmenk at the line. That one too strong. Homestead pulls down the board. It's Goody. 41-36. Homestead 1:05 left in the third. Goody across half court. Gets the screen from Rodenbush. Passes over to him. Kolping now left wing. Cross court to Harmon, right side, dribbles around, gets it to Simmons. Inside, he puts it off the glass, up and in. Grant Simmons, 15 points now. Homestead at 43-36, 45 seconds left in the third. Bruins ball, Ridley spins around, Goody, layup too strong. Goody pulls down the board. Homestead with it. Goody across half court. Gets us almost stripped. Able to corral it over to Simmons, left wing. 30 seconds left in the third. Homestead up 43-36. Rodenbush, right wing three. Welcome to the splash zone, Northrop. Patrick Rodenbush buries it. Homestead up by double digits for the first time. It's 46-36. 20 seconds left in the third. Bruins losing their control of the game this third quarter. Now going to play from behind down the stretch. 8 seconds left, holding for the final shot in the third. Pettis, top of the key, puts it behind his back, goes to the rim, layup off the glass, up and in. Quaylen Pettis, his first basket of the second half. Buzzer sounds, and Homestead gets a 46-38 lead into the fourth quarter.
I mean, if you're Homestead, you definitely have to be happy with that third quarter, considering the team, they were down 27-25. Heading into that third quarter, they're now up 46-38. Grant Simmons now with 15 points. A great third quarter for him. Patrick Rodenbush, a couple of big threes in that third quarter. He has 6 points. Luke Goody continuing to play well. Al Grinsfelder adding a few baskets. It seems like a lot of different players contributing to the Homestead offense in that third quarter. Got it to a double-digit lead at 1 point, but Quaylen Pettis running bank shot off the glass as the seconds ran down in the third quarter, cut the lead to just 8 points. I have an idea for Homestead, a strategy with no shot clock in Indiana. They could just hold the ball the entire quarter. That might work.
That might work. That wouldn't be very fun to watch. Homestead holding the 46-38 lead into the fourth quarter.
Well, I don't think it really matters if it's fun to watch, because I'm pretty sure Tim Atkinson is at the Snyder-Carroll game, and we know how much he wants a shot clock in Indiana.
8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Homestead up 46-38. It'll be Spartans ball to start the fourth quarter. Harmon, Kolping, Rodenbush, Goody, Simmons out there for Homestead. White, Smith, Haynes, Ridley, and Pettis for the Bruins. Harmon in the backcourt for Homestead. With it, top of the key, 7:50 left in the fourth. Homestead up 8. Goody now spins around Pettis, dumps it off to Kolping. Shot up, blocked, but a foul called. Going against, I believe, Gamani Smith of Northrop. And Caleb Kolping will head to the line for 2 free throws. Just 2 attempts on the year, 1 of 2. Homestead at 46-38, 7:45 left in this fourth quarter.
Free throws are huge right now. Still only an 8-point game.
First free throw, no good for Kolping. He'll have 1 more at the line. The junior has been thrusted into a bigger role with some of the injuries the Spartans have been dealing with. Second free throw for him. No good as well. 0-2 at the line as Northrop has it. Other end, Smith steps into a 3 and hits it. Monty Smith gives the Bruins the momentum. They're only down 5 now. 7:30 left in the fourth. Homestead ball. Goody across half court for Homestead to Harmon at the logo. Dribbles right side, Simmons on the right wing. Goody now right baseline, takes a jumper and sinks it. Luke Goody 13 points. Homestead up 48-41, 7:15 left in the fourth. Left side, Pettis spins around. Rodenbush into the paint, shot off the glass, up and in. Quaylen Pettis, the quick two. Homestead's lead back down to 5, 48-43, 7:05 left in the fourth. Spartans with it, other end Kolping, left corner. Over to Goody, left elbow into the paint. A fadeaway jumper, no. Rebound pulled down by Kamani Smith. Northrop ball pushing other end. Ridley into the paint, up and under, layup, up and in to Noah Ridley. He has 9. Homestead up 48-45, 6:45 left in the fourth. Other end, Rodenbush, an open three, he buries it. Patrick Rodenbush was left all alone. A fast-paced game in Homestead. Right now, the 51-45 advantage, 6:30 left in the fourth, Northrop ball. Pettis with it for the Bruins, posting up. Rodenbush, a hook shot, no. Goody the rebound, Homestead with it up 6, 6:20 left in the fourth. Simmons other end for the Spartans, left side, gets the screen. And a timeout called by Coach Chris Johnson, 6:19 left in the fourth. Spartans up 51-45.
I say now is when Homestead can start to hold the ball a bit. Northrop, only 3 team fouls so far this half. They need 4 more to put Homestead at the free throw line. I know it's a bit controversial, but holding the ball wouldn't be a bad strategy here. We saw Lawrence North do it last Saturday. I think Homestead, they could do it right here.
Ashton Hackman was listening in to the Spartans in the huddle.
I just listened in on the halftime, and Coach Johnson was saying he's been liking what he's been seeing this fourth quarter, but they need to pick up the pressure, and they should be able to come off with another conference victory. Donnie.
Thank you, Ashton. Homestead up 51-45, 6:19 left in the fourth. Spartans ball out of the timeout. Simmons to inbound. Gets into Rodenbush in the backcourt, 6:17 left in the fourth quarter. Rodenbush across the timeline now, left wing. Picks up a dribble, gets it to Grinsfelder inside, pump fake, shot off the glass. Blocked by White, but a foul called. Northrop fans don't like it. And Alec Grinsfelder will head to the line for 2 free throws, 6:08 left in the fourth. Homestead up 51-45.
And the referee signaling that Grinsfelder was hit on the face. I agree there was no contact on his arms, but he got hit in the face.
First free throw from Grinsfelder. Short. Homestead leaving a lot of points at the charity stripe. Something that's hurt them from being able to pull away in this one. Homestead still up 51-45, 6:08 left in the fourth. Grinsfelder's second is good. 8 points on the game for the senior. Northrop ball down by 5, 6:05 left in the fourth. Pettis, left sideline, drives in on Rodenbush, left elbow, spins around, baseline now, bowls him over, and a blocking foul called on Patrick Rodenbush. Still, Northrop ball, 5:57 left in the fourth. Spartans up 52-47. Haynes to inbound for the Bruins. Gets it into Pettis, right corner. On the baseline, backs out to the right wing now. Quaylen Pettis, 14 points on the game, guarded by Rodenbush. Posting him up now at the right elbow. Out to Ridley, top of the key, guarded by Leaper. Passes over to Pettis now, right wing. Spins around, Rodenbush. Out to Smith, takes a 3, and connects. Amani Smith. Are you serious? He has 11. Northrop cuts into that Homestead lead, 52-48, 5:24 left in the fourth. Goody gets the screen from Leaper, left corner now, Rodenbush. Simmons at the logo for the Spartans. And a foul called underneath the basket going against Northrop. 5:12 left in the fourth, Homestead up 52-48.
That was Northrop's 5th team foul. Homestead only 1 right now.
Homestead 52-48, 5:12 left in the fourth. Inbound goes to Goody, 5:10 in the fourth quarter. Simmons, right side for the Spartans. Right elbow to Goody, top of the key. Dribbles in, over to Grinsfelder, Rodenbush, left corner 3. Short. Offensive rebound, Simmons in the left corner now. Over to Rodenbush, gets it knocked away, and a foul going against Nick Haynes of Northrop. 6-team foul. 4:54 left in the fourth. Homestead up 52-48. Homestead ball, Simmons to inbound left side for the Spartans. Gets into Grinsfelder. Handoff back to Simmons now, left side with it. Simmons passes over to Rodenbush, left wing. Grinsfelder left block, posting up Ridley. Takes it in, spins around, pump fakes, and a foul called on the shot. Alec Grinsfelder will head to the line for 2 free throws.
Homestead will be in the bonus the rest of the way. 7th team foul in Northrop. Homestead only 1 team foul.
2 free throws coming for Alec Grinsfelder. 4:42 left in the fourth. Spartans up 52-48.
Here's the rest, maybe repaying Homestead after they robbed them a year ago.
First free throw coming for Grinsfelder. This one no good. Homestead leaving a lot of points at the line. 4:42 left to go in the fourth quarter. Spartans up 52-48. Grinsfelder's second free throw. Rims around and falls. 1 and 2 at the line. Homestead up by 5, 53-48. 4:38 left in the fourth. Pettis with it for the Bruins. Left side in the mid-range out to Ridley. Top of the key. Spins around Leaper. Floater off the glass. Up and in. What a shot by to Noah Ridley. Northrop just hanging around down 53-50. 4:25 left in the fourth. Bringing some pressure now. Rodenbush in the backcourt. With it at the top of the key now. Grinsfelder right side. 4:15 left in the fourth. Spartans up by 3. Grinsfelder right side guarded by White. Drives in on him. Baseline shot off the glass. Up and in. Nice drive by Alec Grinsfelder. He's into double figures. It's 55-50 Spartans. 4:05 left in the fourth. Other end, Pettis takes it to the basket, and he's fouled on the way up. Waylon Pettis will head to the line for 2 free throws. Northrop very aggressive right now. Homestead struggling to get stops.
Yeah, the defense has definitely slowed down for both teams. For the majority of that first quarter, both teams really struggled to score the ball, but since then it's been a lot of offense.
First free throw from Pettis, good. 15 points for Quaylen Pettis. Spartans of 55-51, 4:02 left in the fourth quarter. Second free throw coming for Quaylen Pettis, having a big game for the Bruins. This one up and in. Free throw shooting been a big difference so far. Northrop's only missed about 1. Homestead missed a lot at the line. Homestead ball. Some pressure from the Bruins. 4 minutes left in the fourth. Spartans up by 3. And Leaper just dribbled it off his leg out of bounds. A turnover for Homestead. And Northrop will have it a chance to tie with the 3 now. 3:58 left in the fourth. And timeout called by Northrop. Spartans really starting to struggle down the stretch.
Yeah, this Homestead team, they led by 10 points sometime in the third quarter. And since then, Northrop, they've really taken over in this fourth quarter. Homestead, their defense just giving up a lot of big plays. That's where you really miss Jake Archibald not playing tonight. One of the team's best defenders. It's really tough. Homestead keep giving up a lot of baskets to Northrop. Homestead only 2 team fouls. Northrop 7 team fouls. So if you're Homestead, maybe try to be a bit aggressive. Drive in, but you got to hit your free throws.
3:58 left in the fourth. Northrop down just 3 now, trail by 10 towards the end of the third quarter. It's 55-52. Homestead the advantage. Northrop ball out of the timeout. Bruins a chance to tie with the 3. They've hit some big shots down the stretch, some wild shots. Ridley, Smith making big plays. Pettis inbound goes to Ridley, back to Pettis. Haynes up top for 3. He ties it up. Are you serious? Nick Haynes for 3, and Northrop has even things with 3:45 left in the fourth. Homestead ball. Inbound to Leaper. Since now Rodenbush. Across half court, Rodenbush at the logo over to Simmons left side. Left wing Simmons over to Grinsfelder. Between the rings, 3:30 left in the fourth. Homestead, Northrop tied at 55. Handoff to Leaper now, left wing. Simmons at the logo. Into Grinsfelder free throw line. Guarded by Whites. In the paint, picks up his dribble. Hands off to Goody now inside. He gets it blocked on the way up, and a jump ball will be called. Possession arrow to Northrop, and a chance for the Bruins to take the lead now.
I have a feeling we may see them hold the ball a bit. This is the exact same situation from last season. It was a tie game late in the fourth quarter. Don't be surprised if Northrop holds the ball here. 3:16 left in the game.
Northrop ball, 3:15 left in the fourth, 55-50 ball game, or 55-55 ball game. Pettis up top, guarded by Simmons, gets the screen from White. Goody switches onto him, dishes over to Haynes, right side. He's trapped in the corner. Pettis now at the logo. Over to Smith, left wing, guarded by Goody. Pettis now, left corner. He's trapped by 2 defenders. And a timeout called by Northrop. Bruins not looking too aggressive right now with 2:55 left in the fourth. We're tied at 55.
Yeah, the Homestead defense played well on the last possession to force a Northrop timeout. The Homestead defense just needs one more turnover.
Homestead, Northrop tied. 55-55, 2:55 left in the fourth.
Actually, a score update. Snyder leads Carroll 33-23 at halftime right now. Not a big fan of that score right there.
Snyder in a great position to win the conference right now after beating Homestead earlier in the season on the miraculous John Barnes Jr. shot. We have Ashton Hackman down on the sidelines. He was listening to the Homestead huddle.
Coach Johnson in the huddle was mentioning that they're in the bonus, so they need to try to get to the charity stripe as much as possible and also execute on all shots. They've been seeing some shots where they've just given up. So, Donnie, back to you.
Thank you, Ashton. Homestead, Northrop tied. 2:55 left in the fourth. It'll be Spartans ball. Actually, Northrop ball out of the timeout. The Bruins trailed by as much as 10 the second half. It was 10 with a few seconds left in the fourth before Waylon Pettis hit a shot, and they've just been working their way back ever since. Homestead stagnant right now on offense. Ridley, top of the key, picks up the dribble over to Pettis now left side. Drives in on Goody, free throw line, spins around over to White, left side two. He hits it, and Northrop takes the lead. Homestead just collapsing right now, down 57-55, 2:38 left in the fourth. Grinsfelder drives in over to Leaper, left wing over to Goody now. 2:30 left in the fourth. Homestead down by 2 now after leading by as much as 10. Goody gets the screen from Grinsfelder, spins around inside. Goody out to Leaper, right wing. Rodenbush up top. Inside Grinsfelder, left block, back out Rodenbush, left wing three. No good. Rebound pulled down by Pettis, and Northrop has it. 2:10 left in the fourth. Pettis, other end, goes in, blocked on the shot, out of bounds. It'll stay with Northrop with 2:09 left in the fourth. Bruins up 57-55, and Homestead just can't seem to have anything go their way down the stretch.
Yeah, the Homestead defense really struggling the last 3 quarters.
Quinn Harmon checking in for Andrew Leaper. The Spartan defense not able to get any stops right now. Inbound goes to Ridley, back to Pettis, a floater inside, and he hits it. Quaylen Pettis, Northrop up by 4 now, 2 minutes left in the fourth, 59-55. Harmon across half court for the Spartans, left side over to Simmons. Goody now between the circles. Inside Grinsfelder, mid-range, guarded by White, posting him up. Fade away from Grinsfelder, an air ball, but he's fouled. Alec Grinsfelder will head to the line for 2 free throws, 1:43 left in the fourth.
Not sure I saw a foul right there, but either way, Homestead getting some free throws must make.
And Homestead, they've struggled at the line. Missed free throws really the difference right now. Homestead down 59-55, and the defense hasn't been able to get any stops.
Yeah, I believe Homestead, they've missed at least 6 free throws.
First free throw from Grinsfelder, good, down 59-56. 1:43 left in the fourth. Second free throw from Grinsfelder. Rims around and falls. 2-2 that time for Alec Grinsfelder. He has 13. Homestead back down by 2, but they need a stop with 1:40 left in the fourth, down 59-57. Pettis up the court. Simmons awaits him there. Right side timeout called by Coach Rod Chamble. And you think we could see Northrop just hold the ball with 1:35 left in the fourth, up by 2?
At this point, you think it's almost inevitable. They haven't done it yet in some respect to them. Right now, up by 2 points is probably a smart thing to do, considering Homestead only 2 team fouls. This is the same situation from last week, last Saturday against Lawrence North Homestead. They didn't really commit any team fouls, so they had to commit a lot in the fourth quarter as the Lawrence North was able to waste a lot of time off the clock. So if you're Northrop, probably just hold the ball, make Homestead foul you.
Homestead down 59-57, 1:35 left in the fourth. Spartans gonna have to force a turnover. The defense just hasn't been good enough down the stretch.
Yeah, Homestead's defense really missing Jake Archbold and another key defender, but Homestead trailing by 2 right now.
Spartans down by 2, 1:35 left in the fourth. Homestead, it's been a terrible fourth quarter. They led by 10 with a few seconds left in the third, and since then it's just been a complete collapse.
As long as Northrop doesn't hit a buzzer beater to win it, I'm fine.
Homestead down 59-57, 1:35 left in the fourth. It'll be Northrop ball out of the timeout. Spartans haven't been able to win the close games this year, and that's been the story of their season. Losing close ones to Snyder both times. Lawrence North, and now potentially Northrop. Haynes in the backcourt for the Bruins across half court. He's trapped over to Pettis at the logo left side. Pettis inside a floater. No good. Offensive rebound is put back, blocked by Simmons. Loose ball, he gets it back, his shot up. No good, but a foul called in Homestead. You got to get the rebounds there. You got to get the loose balls, but Pettis, a chance to hit big free throws at the free throw line. 1:21 left in the fourth. Northrop up 59-57.
It's crazy to think that Homestead had a 10-point lead not too long ago towards the end of the third quarter. It's been all Bruins since then.
First free throw from Pettis. It's good. Northrop up by 3. Pettis with 19. Devin Bainey into the game for Northrop. Nick Haynes to the bench. Second free throw from Quaylen Pettis. Chance to make it a 2-possession game with 1:21 left in the fourth. This one good as well. Northrop hitting their free throws. Pettis with 20. Homestead down by 4, 1:20 left in the fourth. Goody across half court with it left side, gets the screen from Grinsfelder, top of the key. Over to Harmon, right side, takes a 3. In and out. Rebound fought for. Grinsfelder gets it inside. Shot off the glass, no, and a foul called. Alec Grinsfelder will head to the line for 2. And he's been huge inside for Homestead.
Yeah, without Alec Grinsfelder, Homestead would be down by a lot more, getting a lot of rebounds right underneath the basket. But some more free throws coming once again. The 9th team foul on Northrop, one more, and Homestead's in the double bonus.
First free throw from Grinsfelder short, and he wanted that. 1:05 left in the fourth. Northrop up 61-57. Nick Haynes into the game for Northrop. Devin Bainey to the bench. Second free throw from Grinsfelder. This one good. One possession game now. 61-58, 1:04 left in the fourth. An intentional foul by Patrick Rodenbush on to Noah Ridley. Still just a 15 foul, so a couple more before free throws. Northrop has hit their free throws this game.
Looks like that was his 4th, Rodenbush.
Ridley to inbound. Gets it into Haynes. He's trapped in the corner. Back to Ridley. Pettis now finds White. Pass into the paint to Smith. He goes up and lays it in. Northrop up by 5. 50 seconds left in the fourth. Rodenbush in the backcourt. Homestead down 63-58. Goody now across half court. Left side, 45 seconds left. Gets the screen from Grinsfelder. Left wing, Goody takes a deep 3. No good. Rebound. Fought for. A jump ball, I believe. And I think that'll go to Homestead. 36 seconds left in the fourth. Spartans down 63-58.
Homestead needed a basket really, really quick.
Devin Bainey into the game for Nick Haynes for Northrop. Spartans just haven't been able to get the shots down the stretch. Harmon inbounds to Goody, right wing, pump fakes, steps into a 3, short. Rebound pulled down by Pettis, and Homestead will foul him with 29 seconds left. It looks like this one is over.
We'll have to see if he makes these free throws, but actually, yeah, not free throws quite yet. But Homestead just collapsed the final quarter. Very unbelievable.
Rodenbush, I believe, just fouled out for Homestead. Still only 16 fouls, 29 seconds left in the fourth. Homestead down 63-58. White to inbound. Inbound to Haynes. And that's going to be a foul on Homestead. He'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. 27.5 seconds left in the fourth.
And if Homestead doesn't hold on, or if Homestead isn't able to come back and win this one down by 5 under 30 seconds to go, I'm rooting for Carroll to win the conference. They're currently down by 5 points to Snyder right now in the third quarter.
Northrop 63-58, 27.5 seconds left in the fourth. 1-and-1 for Haynes. It's good. Nick Haynes hits the free throw. Something Homestead struggled to do a lot in this game. Northrop about perfect at the line. They've hit the big shots down the stretch. Homestead hasn't. That's been the difference. 27.5 seconds left in the fourth. Haynes' second free throw to make it a 3-possession game. That's good. Nick Haynes hits them both, and Northrop up 65-58, 27.5 seconds left in the fourth.
Just still can't believe that Homestead had a 10-point lead at the end of the third quarter.
Homestead collapsing in this game, getting dominated in the fourth. Simmons across half court, top of the key, steps into a 3. No good. Rebound goes to Northrop, but they fall down with it, get called for the travel. Homestead will get it with 18 seconds left, down by 7.
If you're Homestead, you got to take a three-pointer right here. They've struggled the past few minutes, however.
Harmon to inbound for Homestead. Gets into Leeper, top of the key, takes a three, and he's fouled on the three-point shot. Andrew Leeper drawing the contact, and he'll head to the line for 3 free throws. 16 seconds left in the fourth.
I say if you're Leeper, make the first two, try to miss the third one, and see if you can get perhaps an offensive rebound. Down by 7, 16 seconds to go. Comeback seems unlikely.
3 free throws for Andrew Leeper. He has 7 points on the game. Homestead really struggling in this one. This fourth quarter especially. First free throw from Leeper, good. 8 points for him. 16 seconds left in the fourth. Homestead down by 6, 65-59 the score. Northrop has dominated the fourth quarter. Second free throw from Leeper is good. Haynes, Fincher into the game for Northrop. Bainey, Ridley take a seat. 16 seconds to go. Homestead down by 5 at 65-60. 16 seconds left. Third free throw from Leeper coming at the line. It'll be interesting to see if he tries to intentionally miss or not. They give Homestead a second chance. He doesn't, and he makes it. Leeper has 10. Homestead down by 4, 65-61. White's inbound, out of bounds. And it'll go to Homestead with 15.9 seconds left. A bad pass, and Homestead will have it down by 4. Ridley, Bainey back in for Northrop as Haynes and Fincher check out. Spartans ball, 15.9 seconds left in the fourth. Down 65-61, and things are getting a little more interesting.
Yeah, maybe not quite over yet.
Harmon to inbound for Homestead. Don't necessarily need the three if you can get a miss at the free throw line. Pass goes into Leeper up top, over to Goody left side now. Guarded by White, takes a three-pointer and sinks it. Luke Goody hits the three, and just like that, Homestead down by 1 with 12.4 seconds left. Northrop 64 still, but things just got a little more interesting.
Yeah, we were just talking about a few minutes ago. It seemed over in a one-point game right now. Luke Goody hitting that big three-pointer. Now Northrop in a bit of a pressure situation. Knocked down some free throws. As I just hope we don't have another buzzer beater on the opposing team that wins it.
Goody, 16 points, has been very silent in this fourth quarter up until that three, and if they can get a missed free throw here, even if they make both free throws, still a one-possession game.
Yeah, Homestead, a new sign of life. They were down by 7 with just under 30 seconds to go, and now it's only a one-point game, 12.4 seconds to go. This one definitely not over yet. And imagine if Homestead's able to come back and somehow win this one. They blew a 10-point lead and able to come back.
Ashton Hackman's down on the sideline.
Coach Johnson emphasizing to the team that if they get the steal, they need to charge the basket immediately. Donnie.
Thank you, Ashton. Homestead down 65-64, 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Northrop ball just in the single bonus. Homestead was down 7 with about, 19 seconds left. So things definitely getting more interesting. Leeper hitting three free throws, a bad inbounds pass, and then the three from Goody. White to inbound for the Bruins. Passes into Pettis. Goody tried to foul him and nothing was called, and then Grinsfelder gets called for the foul. With 9.2 seconds left, it'll be a 1-and-1 for Quaylen Pettis, who has 20 points on the game.
A great free throw shooter is Quaylen Pettis. Has stepped up in a lot of pressure situations in this game, knocked down shots.
A timeout called by Homestead. It looks like Goody was attempting to foul him earlier in the shot clock, or earlier in the clock, but no foul called. Eventually Grinsfelder got the foul. These are big free throws for Quaylen Pettis.
Yeah, they definitely are. Only up by 1 is the Northrop Bruins right now. I mean, last year this game went to overtime. You never know what may happen.
Homestead was down 7 with about 20 seconds left before the miraculous happened. Only down 1 now, hoping for a miss. Just 1-and-1 for Quaylen Pettis. Northrop has been good at the line this game. Even if he hits both, still Homestead can tie it with a 3. 9.2 seconds left in the fourth. Interesting enough, Devin Bainey not down to rebound for Northrop, their 6'7" center. He's back at midcourt. 1-1 for Quaylen Pettis. Homestead down 65-64, 9.2 left in the fourth. This place is rocking. The free throw is up and in. Quaylen Pettis, the clutch shot. Northrop up 66-64, 9.2 seconds left in the fourth. Second free throw from Pettis. Can make it a three-point game. This one up. It's short. Grinsfelder the rebound. Over to Goody, 7 seconds, 6, 5. Goody behind his back, 4 seconds. Over at midcourt. Over to Harmon at the buzzer. It's blocked. Homestead did not get a good shot, and Northrop wins 66-64. Goody was not able to get a shot off. He had to pass it to Harmon, and it was blocked. Not a good final stretch for Homestead.
Yeah, it wasn't a final good stretch for Homestead, but you got to respect Northrop. The coaches ran out onto the floor, didn't get in the face of Luke Goody, showing some respect as Northrop wins a close one over Homestead. They definitely look better.
Homestead loses this one 66-64. Northrop, a hard-fought win. Homestead just wasn't able to get the big shots in the fourth quarter to win.
Yeah, the defense just gave up a lot of points in that fourth quarter. Like we said, Homestead a 10-point lead towards the final minutes of that third quarter. The Spartans, they made it very interesting. They were down by 7 points with just about 20 seconds left. Got it to within 1, but weren't able to hit a shot at the end.
Northrop holding on to win this one. Little scoring summary for the Bruins. Quaylen Pettis led him with 21 points to Noah Ridley with 11. Amani Smith had 13. Nick Haynes with 8 to Quay White 4. Devin Bainey 6 and Jaden Schmenk with 3 for Homestead. Goody was 16, Simmons 15, Grinsfelder 14, Rodenbush 9, and Leaper 10. The short-handed Spartans come up just short in the end in this one as Northrop wins this 66-64, and this will move Homestead most likely out of contention for the SAC championship.
Yeah, unless Snyder somehow loses to some other average or mediocre teams. They're currently up by 8 points over Carroll right now in this third quarter. It appears like Snyder is by far the favorite to win the conference at this point.
Homestead has another tough matchup next Saturday against Hamilton Southeastern. Right now, the season not really going the way the Spartans expected.
That's tough right now, but you never know come postseason time. That's when it actually counts, and Homestead, they fell short in the first round of sectionals last season, losing to Huntington North. A rare season where Homestead didn't capture a sectional championship. You never know.
Homestead falls 66-64 against Northrop. Fourth quarter, that just didn't go the Spartans' way. They led by 10 near the end of the third before Pettis hit a shot. Northrop trailed by 8, start the fourth, but eventually got up all the way up by 7 within the final 30 seconds before Homestead made things interesting at the end. Northrop holding on to win 66-64. We hope you join us next Saturday as Homestead is set to do battle with Hamilton Southeastern. Tip-off is scheduled for 1:30. We want to give a quick thanks to some of our sponsors, including Casa Ristorante, Moe's Southwest Grill, Arby's at Coventry, Salsa Grill, and Marco's Pizza at Illinois and Scott Road. We also want to give a very special thanks to Andy Dunn back in the studio for pushing the right buttons, along with on-site producer Adam Schenkel for taking care of the arena technology. Once again, your final score is Homestead 64, Northrop 66. For Braden Carroll, I'm Donnie Harmon. Thank you for listening to another presentation of Homestead Spartan Basketball on the Point 91 FM. We will see you next Saturday.
Thanks for watching this presentation of Homestead High School Media.